When Chen opened his eyes, his whole body was filled with the moist smell of earth and grass. The morning mist in Novice Village was like a gauze wrapped around the wooden houses, and the crow of cocks and the noise of players could be heard in the distance. He rubbed his temples, and the fatigue of a poor office worker in reality still lingered in his mind, squeezing the subway every day, working overtime until late at night, and finally saved enough money to buy a head-mounted display device for the world's most popular holographic VR online game, Age of Gods. Ding! Welcome to Era of Gods, Novice Player Chen, current level, Level 1, basic attributes are all 5, equipment, Novice Commoner, Defense +1, Novice Wooden Sword, Attack +2. Please go to the entrance of the village to kill monsters to upgrade. The cold notification tone of the system echoed in his ears. Chen smiled bitterly and stood up. Dozens of players are already busy in the village square. Some are slashing slimes on the roadside with their swords, and some are teaming up to show off their newly minted bronze equipment. The air was filled with the stench of blood when monsters were killed, making him frown. Suddenly, a burst of rude laughter broke out from the center of the square. More than a dozen players wearing bronze armor formed a circle. The leader was a strong man with a sinewy face and the mark of Team Captain Tang Tian flashing on his ID. He was holding an iron sword with a cold light in his hand, and the blade was dripping with green slime juice. Ha ha ha, newbie, get out of here. This monster spawning area is reserved by our Mad Wolf Guild. The strong man kicked a thin player, the newcomer ID, Rookie Xiaobai, who had just been promoted to level 3, fell to the ground, a mouthful of blood sprayed from his mouth, and the sound of equipment shattering was clear and ear-piercing. The passers-by and players around were whispering, and some were aggrieved, but no one dared to step forward. The Mad Wolf Guild is domineering, and the Novice Village has become their back garden. Who dares to talk? I, Brother Tang Tian, have given an order to all the newcomers in the village to get out. The strong man smiled ferociously, pointing the tip of his sword at Chen. You are new, right? Kneel down and call me, give us 10 slimes as a contribution fee, otherwise your account will be deleted and you will have to practice again. Chen's heart sank, and the hand holding the wooden sword trembled slightly. In reality, he is just an ordinary social beast, but he is bullied by these second-generation ancestors in the game. The surrounding players cast sympathetic glances, and some sighed in a low voice, another unlucky ghost. The Mad Wolf Guild specializes in fishing for newcomers' equipment, and there is no chance for the trash fish with low charm value. Just when Chen was about to bite the bullet and lower his head, a strange electronic sound suddenly sounded in his mind. Ding! System failure detected. Hidden module activated. Congratulations to player Chen for exclusive use of the appearance customization system. This system is the only bug product in the game. It can infinitely modify the character's appearance and trigger hidden attributes and mechanisms. Current energy, 100/100. Please select the first transformation template. Chen was stunned, his eyes as wide as bells. The passers-by didn't notice anything strange about him, and only heard him murmuring, appearance, customized. The system panel popped up, and densely packed templates flashed, handsome swordsman, mysterious mage, domineering god of war. His heartbeat quickened, and he gritted his teeth and selected, handsome swordsman, his face instantly elongated, his facial features as three-dimensional as those carved by a knife, sword eyebrows and starry eyes, the bridge of his nose was high, the corners of his lips raised an evil arc, his black hair fluttered in the wind, his body stretched to 1.85 meters, and his muscles were as perfect as a Greek god statue. There seemed to be a faint smell of male hormones in the air, causing nearby female players to look sideways. Ding! The appearance change is completed, the charm value is +50, current charm, 55, and the hidden effect is triggered, NPC favorability is doubled. The change happened in the blink of an eye, and before Chen could react, Captain Tang Tian's evil smile froze on his face. The strong man rubbed his eyes and suspected that he had been deceived. You, who the hell are you? You were just a bumpkin just now, why did you suddenly become a male model? The surrounding passers-by players all turned their heads, and the female players screamed, "Oh my god, this newcomer is so handsome. The charm value is at least 50, right?" An NPC ant selling equipment, who had previously ignored Chen, now had eyes as bright as light bulbs and ran over with a trembling voice, "Handsome young swordsman. You are truly a god. This is the village's collection of novice iron swords, attack +8, rare, and reinforced leather armor, defense +10. They are given to you for free. Please take care of the shop." She held the flashing blue equipment in her hands, her face was as red as cooked shrimps, and she was dripping with sweat. Chen took the equipment, the value on the panel skyrocketed, and the attack power directly exceeded 20. The passers-by players gasped, and a male mage wearing glasses trembled. Is it fake? The NPC proactively gives away rare equipment. How much is this charm worth to trigger? I've been trying for 3 days, but I only got a blank item. Team Captain Tang Tian's face was ashen and he roared angrily, "Pretend to be a ghost. Brothers, go ahead. Explode his equipment." More than a dozen players rushed forward, their swords flashing with murderous intent. Chen sneered. With the blessing of his charm, his movements were as quick as the wind. He swung out his first sword, and the iron sword hit the strong man's shoulder with a sound of breaking wind, -35. Critical hit. The strong man screamed and flew backwards, his health bar dropped by half, and his eyes stared like a dead fish. How is it possible? You are only level 1, how come the damage is twice as high as ours? Chen's body flashed, and the lightness of the leather armor made him shuttle like a ghost. The sword's shadow was heavy, and every blow was a precise headshot. Slime-like green blood sprayed everywhere, and the fishy smell in the air became stronger. The passerby players were stunned, and a female archer covered her mouth and screamed, "Oh my god." 1 versus 10, the newcomer's equipment instantly killed the bronze team. This operation. Charisma value can also increase the attack speed. In less than a minute, Tang Tian's team was completely wiped out. The bodies turned into white light and disappeared, and bronze fragments fell to the ground. Before he died, the strong man was still roaring, "Wait for me. Brother Tang Tian will not let you go." Chen picked up the trophies, and his experience points soared, ding. Upgrade to level 5. The system prompt sounded again, ding. The first appearance change is completed, and you will be rewarded with 1 fragment of low-level dungeon key. Collect 5 pieces to open the hidden dungeon, Shadow Forest, in the Novice Village, which contains bronze boss and divine equipment drops. Chen clenched his fists excitedly, and the charm panel was still flashing. Hidden buff, movement speed plus 15%, monster hatred reduced by 30%. He turned around and walked towards the monster spawning area outside the village. After upgrading his wooden sword to an iron sword, he could cut slimes like vegetables. Green juice splashed everywhere and his experience bar skyrocketed. Players on the roadside watched, their eyes red with envy. "Brother, please help me. Where did you buy your swordsman template? Charm is 55, but my difficulty is only 10. Just as I was brushing vigorously, another scream came from the direction of the square. Chen frowned and hurried back to see the thin newcomer, rookie Xiaobai, being beaten by another wave of crazy Wolf Guild players. His fists and kicks were like rain, the sound of cracking bones was loud, and the smell of blood was tangy. Xiaobai cried, "Why, my charm is only 3, and my equipment is terrible." The Mad Wolf player laughed, "You are a garbage newcomer. The guild only deals with people like you. Hand over your equipment, otherwise I will torture you until you quit the game." Chen hid behind a tree and secretly turned on the recording function. The in-game chat channel can upload videos, which will be a handle for future revenge. He watched with cold eyes, the system energy slowly recharging, and a bigger plan was brewing in his mind. Suddenly, the system sound sounded like thunder, ding. The appearance customization system has been upgraded. Unlock the clone creation function. Consume 50 energy to generate the combat clone, Chen. The clones share vision and experience, specialize in dungeon combat, and have attributes equal to the host x 1.5. A golden light erupted from Yi Chen's body, and Chen slowly condensed. His appearance was similar to Yi Chen's but more domineering, with eyes like lightning, muscles taut, holding a transformed spear, and his ID flashed, Chen, clone. Passers-by players saw it from a distance and were so frightened that their legs weakened. Fuck. Twin players. What kind of black technology is this? Chen's low voice sounded, Master, get ready. The entrance to the hidden copy of the Novice Village's Shadow Forest is being detected. The entrance is about to open. The internal boss is level 10, and has a drop rate of divine equipment fragments, but there are as many as 100 elite monsters guarding the gate. Yi Chen raised the corner of his mouth and fixed his gaze on the foggy woodland behind the village in the distance, where there was a faint roar and a fishy wind. The shadow of the Mad Wolf Guild has not yet dissipated, and an even bigger storm is about to be set off by his own hands. With the key fragment of the hidden copy in hand, he took a deep breath of the bloody and exciting air and took the first step. Let's go, Chen. Let these rubbish see what the true power of magical appearance modification is. As soon as Yi Chen finished speaking, Chen's eyes lit up like burning flames, and the afterglow of golden light was still rippling in the air, bringing a hot smell of rust, like a newly forged weapon on the battlefield. He roared, his body twisted violently, and system energy poured in like a tide. Ding. The magical transformation of the clone's appearance is activated, consuming 20 energy, and transforming into the Berserker form. Attribute improvement, strength plus 30, total strength 35, violent AI activation, independent combat judgment, attack speed plus 50%, hatred born 100%. Chen's appearance suddenly skyrocketed, his originally handsome face became rough and wild, his long red hair was flying like a lion's mane, veins popped out on his forehead, his shoulders were as broad as mountains, and his muscles were as knotted as iron. The spear in his hand transformed into a blood-red battle axe, with a roaring wolf head totem engraved on the axe blade, exuding a strong smell of blood and sulfur. The passers-by players around saw it from a distance, their legs were so weak that they almost knelt down. A male warrior who was farming slimes rubbed his eyes and screamed, fuck. What the hell is this clone? Berserker template. Strength 35. I am only 25 at level 10. This black technology is a plugin, right? Yi Chen grinned, with 30 energy left, and shared Chen's vision on the panel. Everything felt like he was there in person, even the monster's health bar appeared in high definition. They stepped side by side into the forest behind the village. The mist was like a ghost, the rotten leaves were slippery under their feet, and low roars came one after another in the distance, mixed with the hot and bloody smell of wild beasts. Chen was the first to rush out, his battle axe spinning like a windmill. Boom. One axe smashed the heads of 3 level 3 forest wolves, green blood splashed out like a fountain, and the sound of broken bones was crisp, -68. -72. Critical hit -95. The hatred of the wolves locked on him instantly, and more than a dozen giant gray-furred wolves rushed towards them, their claws tearing the air with a harsh hiss. Another female priest covered her chest and gasped, her voice trembling, the charm is still soaring, IDs share vision. Is this player a GM descending to Earth? How come such a monster appears in Novice Village? Master, support from the rear. Chen's low and thunderous AI voice sounded in his mind. He moved forward without retreating, a violent aura exploded, axe shadows were heavy, wolf corpses flew everywhere, and the experience bar surged. Yi Chen followed up, swung his iron sword lightly, cut a melon like a melon, and the panel jingled, upgrade to level 6. Strength plus 2, agility plus 3. A player hidden on the roadside looked over, his eyes widened, 2 people to hunt wolves. Fight monsters separately, and harvest with the main force. This is in conjunction with S-level tactics. Why are their drop rates so high? The key fragments exploded again. Deep in the forest, the density of monsters increased dramatically. A wave of 20 wolves emerged from the mist. The leader, the level 5 Wolf King, bared his teeth and roared. His saliva dripped onto the ground and sizzled, corroding, and a fishy wind hit his face. Chen laughed, the blade of the axe was stained with blood. Come on, you beast. He shouldered the Wolf King and bit him, -25, leather armor damage reduction, and backhand axe, -120, shattered armor. The Wolf King's health bar dropped wildly, and his wails were deafening. But Chen was in trouble. The wolves were flanking him, their claws were like rain. Although his leather armor was hard, he felt burning pain when scratched, and his health bar dropped by 10%. Damn it, I'm not agile enough, I can't catch up. At the moment of crisis, the system buzzed, ding. Detect combat stress, appearance magic modification suggestion, agile assassin template. Consume 10 energy, unlock hidden agility attribute +40. Chen gritted his teeth and confirmed, his body instantly shrunk and elongated, his facial features became sharp and sinister, his eyes were like hawks, his skin was covered with shadow scales, his black hair was tied into a ponytail, his body was as slender as a leopard, and his iron sword turned into a curved dagger, glowing with cold light. The wind seemed to roar in the air, and the charm value soared to 65. Hidden buffs, dodge +30%, critical hit rate +25%. The change was completed in the blink of an eye, and the surrounding wolves were stunned, their hatred slightly shifted. The passerby players peeking from a distance gasped, and an archer trembled. He has changed again. He was a swordsman just now, and now he is an assassin. Charm 65. This appearance system is a bug. I only have 15 charm in a week, and monsters are chasing me. Chen sprang out like a ghost, his dagger arced, whoosh. He stabbed the weak spots of the wolves continuously, -45. -52. Critical hit -88. His movement was erratic, the wolf's claws flew into the air, and the wind from the claws only picked up the corners of his clothes. He and Chen cooperated tacitly. Chen led the tank, and his axe light was like a net to intercept. Chen harvested from the flanks, and his dagger's shadow shuttled through the flesh. The Wolf King rushed towards Chen, but was stopped by Chen with an axe. Boom. -150, kill. The boss corpse exploded with white light and dropped low-level dungeon key fragments X2. The panel accumulated X4 fragments, and the experience skyrocketed, ding. Both of them have been upgraded to level 8. Monster Siege Incident. The wolf wave is coming to Novice Village. The system's village announcement blasted, and the players' chat channel was flooded with messages, help. The wolves at the entrance of the village have broken through the defense. But it was even worse on Chen's side. The wolf rushed straight towards Chen, and smashed its huge claws on the ground. Bang! Rubble scattered everywhere, and he lost 20% of his health bar. He roared to withstand it. Chen's heart sank to the bottom of his heart. There are many people, and we will suffer in a protracted battle. Passers-by and players watched from a distance, their faces turned pale. It's over, these two handsome guys are going to overturn. The Wolf General's output exceeds 100, and even level 8 can't handle it. Rivers of blood flowed into the forest, corpses piled up like hills, and the stench was so strong that it choked your nose. Chen gasped and retracted the knife, and the energy recharged to 40. Chen wiped the axe blade. Master, there is still one fragment left. The remnants of the wolf pack have been cleared, and the probability of triggering the hidden event is 100%. Before he finished speaking, the ground trembled, and the last wave of elite wolves burst out in the mist, 30 level 4 grey wolves, mixed with 2 level 7 wolf generals, roaring like thunder, claws and claws white, the sound of trees breaking and dust flying when they pounced. In despair, Chen's mind flashed to the location of the last fragment. the core of the wolf pack, a hidden level 9 wolf king. He shouted, "Jiang Chen, cover my charge." Jiang Chen's axe will was like a shield, blocking the flanks forcefully. His health bar dropped wildly, but he did not retreat. "Follow your orders." Yi Chen's assassin form was fully activated, his dodge buff was like the wind, his dagger pierced the gap between the wolves, and there was a constant sound of flesh and blood tearing, and he finally approached the Wolf King. The giant wolf opened its mouth with blood, hot air hit his face, and the fishy smell filled the sky. He jumped down. Yi Chen dodged sideways, piercing the weak point of the wolf eye with the dagger. -200. Critical hit and instant kill. The Wolf King fell to the ground wailing, fragments X1 exploded, and the key synthesis was completed. Ding! Get the complete low-level dungeon key. Open the entrance to the Shadow Cave. Golden light shot into the sky, a blue vortex opened in the forest behind the village, the cold wind howled, the cave entrance was bottomless, and there was a faint echo of water droplets and a low roar. The wolf tide was wiped out and corpses were everywhere. Players rushed to watch, with blood-red eyes and jealousy. Awesome. A wave of wolf tides were wiped out. The fragments were combined, and they entered the hidden dungeon. I teamed up for 3 days without a key. This appearance magic change is too unbelievable. A male mage knelt down, "Brother, accept the younger brother. Your clone AI, the Wolf King can kill the Wolf King in 1 second, what is the output panel?" Yi Chen ignored him and stepped into the cave with Jiang Chen. The interior was damp and cold, with drops of water dripping down, the moss on the walls exuding a musty smell, and the dim light of the torches swaying, elongating their figures. At the end of the passage, the level 10 boss, Shadow Demon Wolf King, is entrenched. He is as big as a calf, with black hair like ink, blood-red eyes, corpses piled up under his claws, and a shadow billowing around him. His roar shook the stone wall. "Intruder, die." The Wolf King rushed towards him, his shadow claws cracking the air like whips. Bang! Jiang Chen blocked with his axe, -40, x 1.5 attribute damage reduction, but was corroded by the shadow mist, and the DOT damage was superimposed. Yi Chen scanned for weaknesses. The panel showed, immune to fire attribute, exposure rate of thunder weakness is 20%, requires high sensitivity appearance to trigger. He instantly changed. Ding! Thunder Assassin template, consumes 15 energy. Agility plus 50, thunder attribute enchantment unlocked. The appearance changed, hair was wrapped with blue electricity, eyes flashed with lightning, the body was as thin as an electric arc, daggers were covered with thunder, the air crackled, and the smell of burning was filled. The Wolf King was stunned, and the shadow fog retreated by 5%. Jiang Chen roared to cover, "Now!" Yi Chen passed by like a thunder shadow, and the dagger pierced the weak spot between the Wolf King's eyebrows. High. Thunder exploded, -350. Weak point critical hit. Instant kill. The boss's health bar was cleared, and the giant body collapsed, shaking the cave. A white light burst. Ding! First kill of Shadow Cave. Server-wide announcement, player, Yi Chen, teamed up to pass the novice hidden dungeon for the first time, rewarded with reputation plus 1000, rare equipment, Cloak of Shadow, agility plus 20, dodge plus 15%, stealth CD 30s, mythical quality. After getting the cloak, the black stockings were like a night shawl, feeling cold and smooth, and his attribute soared. Yi Chen's level soared to level 11. The whole server channel exploded. The first kill is hidden. The mythical costume in the novice village. Who is Yi Chen? Is the charm panel leaked? The Cloak of Shadow, the auction house starts with a price of 100 million gold coins. The face of the Mad Wolf Guild is swollen, the handsome guy's clone swept through the wolf wave, and the output exploded. Yi Chen exited the dungeon, put on his cloak, and the invisibility effect flickered. Players around him were worshipping, God. Take us. Suddenly, a private message popped up with the ID, Mushue, a portrait of an iceberg beauty, as cold as frost. Hello, player Chen. I am Mushue, watching your Wolf Tide video, God-level operation, unique appearance system. Please form a team to challenge the mid-level dungeon. I am in the top 10 of the server. Attached file, information, Tangtian Guild has focused on the hidden resources of Novice Village, and has gathered 50 people to occupy the Shadow Cave. They will take action in half an hour. Do you need allies? Mushue's white robe bloomed like snow lotus in the dawn mist. She stepped out of the forest edge with light steps, her ice-blue eyes locked on Chen, her pupils dilated slightly, and her breathing was erratic for half a beat. Under the cloak of shadow, Chen was in the form of a thunder assassin, covered in arcs, with blue light reflecting on his face. His sinister and sharp facial features were like a god of thunder coming to the world. The hidden buff of Charm 65 made the air seem to be distorted. The grass and blades around him were windless and automatic, with the smell of scorched ozone hitting his nostrils. Jiang Chen carried his battle axe on his shoulder. The berserker's body was like an iron tower. The smell of blood and sulfur filled the air. The axe blade was dripping with blood on his muscled arms, humming and roaring. A cold smile appeared at the corners of Yi Chen's lips. Jiang Chen's axe blade buzzed, and blood shone in his eyes. The cloak hunts, the night wind brings distant horseshoes and signs of killing, and Tang Tian's shadow approaches. He typed a private message, Mushue, the coordinates have been sent. Jiang Chen, prepare to counterattack. Let those trash know that the key is mine, and so is the throne. Outside the cave, the players were talking a lot. Mu Shue's figure loomed on the edge of the forest, her white robe fluttering, and a rare shock flashed in her eyes. This man is not only handsome, but also has that aura that can destroy the world. The wind is blowing, a bloody battle is coming, and the dawn of Novice Village will be dyed red by Yi Chen's thunder. Yi Chen glanced at her, and Mushue's panel appeared under the shared vision. Level 12 Holy Light Priest, Intelligence 88, Healing Capacity 200 plus per second, curves looming under the white robe, Charm 52. He nodded and joined the team, and his energy slowly recharged to 25, coordinates. Jiang Chen, Magic Change Tank Mode, prepare to clear the fortress. Jiang Chen roared, his body expanded and changed again, and the system dinged, ding. Magic Change of Clone Appearance, Iron Wall Tank Template, consumes 10 energy. Strength plus 20, total 55, Defense plus 40, Taunt range expanded by 200%, Self-healing plus 15%/minute. His appearance changed into a giant hamburger armor, his long red hair turned into short iron-gray spikes, his shoulder armor was like a city wall, his battle axe turned into a shield and axe, and cracked runes were engraved on the surface, and he emitted metal lava heat waves, and the surrounding ground was slightly scorched. Yi Chen, you are better in person than in the video. Mu Shue's voice trembled slightly, and a blush appeared on Bingshan's face. She forced herself to calm down and sent out a team invitation, top 10 in milk production, I guarantee that your health bar will never be red. Information, Tangtian Guild has assembled 100 people, led by the bronze boss, Iron-Blooded Warrior, and blocked all newbies from hiding within half an hour. They are eyeing the Flame Fortress, and the high-level fire attribute boss drops a magic weapon. They have been working on it for half a month, and there is only one key fragment missing. Yi Chen didn't waste any time, the system scanned the corpses in the forest, and the debris hotspot flashed, Fire Fortress Key, Fire Attribute Hidden Trigger. Magical Fire Resistance Mage. Energy deducted 15, the body lengthened into a tall and thin noble, hair was as red as flames, the sleeves of the robe turned into a fire-patterned staff, the eyes were burning gold, the skin was orange-scaled, the charm was increased by 75, and the buff was unlocked, fire resistance plus 50%, magic damage critical hit plus 35%. The air suddenly became hot, the heat wave swept up the fallen leaves and burned them, and the smell of burnt wood was pungent. Ding! The fire resistance appearance is triggered, and the Fire Fortress Key is synthesized. The golden key in the palm of his hand shot out, a red vortex split open on the cliff behind the village, hot wind blew out, the magma bubbles gurgled endlessly, and the roar in the distance was like a volcano erupting. The three people jumped in, and the interior was like purgatory. The lava river was rushing with hissing steam, the red rock on the walls was dripping with molten liquid, the air was as hot as an oven, and the stone slabs under their feet were softened and sticky to the feet. The edge of Mushue's white robe was slightly scorched, and she exclaimed, "Highly difficult copy." A group of level 15 fire spirits pounced, and the output exceeded 200. More than a dozen fire spirits sprang out, their flaming bodies twisted, and their claw flames crackled like whips whipping the air. Jiang Chen swung his shield and axe, and exploded with a taunting aura, "Come." The fire spirit was locked in hatred, and his health bar only dropped 5%. Sparks splashed, ding, ding, on the shield surface, and the self-healing green light flashed to full. Passers-by players gathered around, their eyes as wide as copper bells, and a level 10 mage knelt down with weak legs, tank clone. Defense 40. I only have 15 in full leather armor, and this AI can heal itself. Handsome guys, please help me. Mu Shui glanced at them. With a cold voice, "Get out of the way, stay out of the way." She leaned closer to Yi Chen and whispered, "Your appearance, every time you change, the buffs are superimposed, my panel detects the pull of charm, and the monster's hatred is all towards Jiang Chen. It's so unbelievable." Yi Chen raised his staff and fired fireballs, boom, -180. Fire resistance to critical hit -250. The fire spirit exploded into ashes, and hot ash hit his face. Mushue's milk was pouring out, and the golden light was like rain, holy light protection. +300. Her eyes flashed with splendor. Yi Chen, your fire resistance is perfectly restrained, and the magic damage panel is S level. Deep in the passage, the density of monsters exploded, 20 elite fire spirits mixed with level 12 salamander kings, scaly lava dripping down the rotten ground, the tail whip swept the stone wall and cracked, boom, and gravel rained down on the head. The crisis suddenly appeared, and the fire lizard king struck Jiang Chen with its tail. The shield shattered with a harsh sound, -80, after damage reduction, and the DOT burn superimposed health bar dropped wildly. Mushue couldn't keep up with the treatment. I can't hold back. The Lizard King attacks AoE continuously, prepare for fire rain. Fire rain poured down, molten droplets exploded on the ground like bullets, and the heat wave roasted the skin and caused pain. A passerby player looked at the entrance from a distance, and the chat channel refreshed, "The Fortress of Fire is open." That trio of handsome guys. Tanks carry AoE, wet nurses are among the top 10 in the server, and mages have full fire resistance. Only a group of 100 people can touch the door. In despair, Yi Chen sneered, "Ice attribute magic modification. Energy deducted by 10. The appearance changed instantly, the fiery red hair was frozen into ice blue frost thorns, the body was slender and pale, the staff turned into an ice crystal scepter, the eyes were snowy, the whole body was filled with cold mist, the smell of frost was mixed with the heat of lava, and the steam exploded. Charm 80, light yellow, freeze rate +40%, slow down range attack. Ding! The appearance of the ice attribute is triggered, the weakness is exposed, the boss's ice resistance breaks the defense. The Fire Lizard King was stunned, his scales were frosted, and his combo was stuck. Jiang Chen laughed loudly, "Master, what a magical skill." The shield withstood the tail whip, and Mu Shue's milky light spread wildly, +400. Freezing field control, perfect. Yi Chen waved his scepter, and the ice cone rain poured down, whoosh, -220. Freeze -300. Critical hit instant kill. The Lizard King wailed and shattered ice, corpses exploded into fire spirit fragments, and the synthesis progress was 100%. The three of them pushed forward, and the lava river jumped across. The ice crackled under their feet, and the heat and cold mixed together and choked their lungs. At the core of the fortress, the level 15 boss, Fire Demon Lord, occupies the throne. His giant body is surging with magma, like an active volcano. His arms are waving molten hammers and the wind pressure is whooshing. The roar makes the top of the rock collapse, rumbling, and lava fountains are flying into the sky. Panel weaknesses: fire immunity, weak to both ice and thunder, combo of lava explosion plus flame claw combo plus rain of fire finish, single kill mortality rate is 99%. Invaders, burn them all. The boss hammered, the molten pool on the ground exploded, and the flames engulfed them. Chen rushed forward, using his shield and axe to block Kang. The sparks were like fireworks, minus 120, defense reduced by God, and the taunt filled him with hatred. Mu Shui withdrew her milk blood, tank, hold on. Combo CD is 10 seconds. The flame claw combos swept in, Jiang Chen's health bar dropped by 30%, and he could barely hold it back with self-healing. The smell of hot blood mixed with the stink of magma. Yi Chen shared the vision to scan for weak points, switched to Ice Thunder. Full power. The Ice Scepter controlled the field first, the ice wall rose, click, slowing down the boss by 50%, and the flame claw smashed into the air and smashed the wall, shattering the ice and splashing. Mu Shui's eyes widened, and her voice trembled like a candle in the wind, change into 3 consecutive forms. Ice-controlled thunder explosion, perfect restraint, Yi Chen, you are the king of the divine domain. Jiang Chen's axe and shield rotated, holding up the terminal flame claw, master, hold back, tail. Yi Chen struck with a thunderous dagger, boom. The thunder blast engulfed the boss, minus 1,200. First kill. The giant body collapsed, the lava river flowed backwards, the fortress trembled, and rocks rained down. A server-wide announcement rang out, ding. Player, Yi Chen, forms a team and clears the difficult newbie dungeon, Fire Fortress for the first time. The reward will be plus 5,000 reputation, 100,000 gold coins, and the rare divine equipment Flaming Dragon Bracers, strength plus 30, fire resistance plus 40%, critical damage plus 25%, combat power plus 100,000, mythical quality. The boss roared like a rain of fire, and the molten droplets crashed to the ground like meteorites. Mu Shui's white robe burned at the edges, screaming, can't hide. Jiang Chen threw himself to block, protect. The blood bar was red. At the moment of desperation, Yi Chen's thunderous assassin cut back, blue lightning in his hair danced wildly, and the dagger's thunder glowed, thunder explosion chain. His body was like lightning, rushing into the gap of the flame rain, stabbing the weak point continuously, puff puff puff, minus 400. Chain minus 520. Weakness critical hit minus 700. The boss's health bar dropped by 40%, his wails were deafening, and his magma body cracked. The 3 of them exited the whirlpool, their wristbands filled with flames reflecting the sky, and the heat wave hunting them. But outside the exit, hundreds of people surrounded him, hunting with the flag of the Tang Tian Guild. The iron-blooded warrior with the ID, Tang Tian, riding a bronze boss, a level 20 giant with thick armor, laughed sarcastically, Yi Chen. Rob me for the flame fortress? Newbie trash, hand over the keys and divine equipment, kneel down or die. Hundreds of archery mages charged up, and the rain of arrows was ready to buzz. The warrior's halberd buzzed, and the murderous intent was like a mountain. Mu Shui's face turned pale. Tang Tian, the vice president of the Overlord Guild, a 100-man group with a combat strength of 50,000. A passerby player looked weak in the legs from a distance. It's over, Yi Chen, 3 people versus 100 people. The guild crushed him. After getting the wrist guards, the red dragon scales wrapped around his wrists, which felt hot and pulsating. Yi Chen's panel skyrocketed, his combat power reached 100,000 plus, and his level soared to 17 levels. The whole server channel was paralyzed, level 17. First kill is difficult. 100,000 combat power, monster in novice village. Flame Dragon Bracers, legendary level, priced at hundreds of millions at the auction house. Nanny Mu Shui and that handsome guy. Guild Tang Tiang fainted in tears, all resources were snatched away. Jiang Chen roared with his axe and shield, and Mu Shui held the milk stick tightly. Yi Chen sneered, his cloak flashed invisibly, and the system buzzed, ding. Detect guild encirclement, and unlock the magical appearance modification for guild battles. Consume 30 energy, convert the God of War command template and unlock the guild battle key. Attributes, command plus 100, double dual damage, team buff plus 50%. With only 5 energy left, he said with dagger-like eyes, here he comes. The rain of arrows was like a torrential downpour, tearing the air with a swish, and the arrow clusters brushed against the edge of Mu Shui's white robe with the smell of rust, tearing the fabric with a crisp, squeak sound. Her face turned pale, and her knuckles turned blue when she clenched her cane. 100 bowmen and cavalry fired in volley, CD only 8 seconds, Jiang Chen couldn't withstand it. Jiang Chen's shield and axe blocked, the arrow clusters collided like a swarm of bees, ding, 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 sparks flew everywhere, the shield surface was densely dented, the health bar dropped by 20%, the self-healing green light barely flickered, hot blood seeped out from the seams of the armor, and the smell of blood was tangy. He roared, Master, all the hatred has pulled me away, but the mage in the back row is charging up his AoE and preparing for the flame explosion. Tang Tian rode the iron-blooded warrior, and the level 20 bronze boss was crushed like an iron mountain. The halberd buzzed in the air and hoo-hoo, and the mocking laughter echoed in the novice village, Yi Chen. The novice village is a chicken and a dog, so what if it kills the flame fortress for the first time? I have a 100-man team with a combat strength of 50,000, and the iron-blooded warrior will challenge him alone. You will be cloned in 10 seconds. Turn the key to the divine outfit, otherwise corpses will be everywhere. Guild players swarmed, their IDs flashed, Tangtian Iron Cavalry, and Fire Explosion Madman, the leather armor clicked and kicked up dust, the mage's robe sleeves bulged and the magic buzzed, the ground shook like an earthquake, and the smell of dust mixed with sweat filled the air. Passers-by players retreated with weak legs in the distance, and the chat channel went crazy, Tang Tian Guild is crushing. Yi Chen and the others are finished, the Flame Dragon Bracer is about to change hands. Mu Shui, the nanny, who is among the top 10 in the server, can't handle the AoE of hundreds of people, and there will be a bloodbath in Novice Village. Overwhelmed by despair, Mu Shui breathed rapidly, and her icy blue eyes trembled as she locked onto Yi Chen. There is only 5 energy left. The God of War has a long CD and cannot withstand the first wave. The sound of Jiang Chen's shield shattering was harsh, tsang, and the second round of arrow rain came. His knees were slightly bent, causing potholes on the ground. Tang Tian ordered, fire blast volley. Destroy them. The 30 mages in the back row raised their staffs, and the fireballs gathered like meteorites, rumbling, to gain momentum. The heat wave burned the air, and the smell of burnt wood was pungent. The figure under Yi Chen's cloak flickered faintly, and the energy alarm, Didi, sounded in his head. He sneered, and the system interface popped up, ding. Insufficient energy, forced squeeze and recharge plus 20. Unlock the low-energy magic modification, Charm Mage template, consume 5, group control unlocked. Attributes, Charm range 500 yards, field control rate 80%, team dodge plus 40%, DOT mental burn. In an instant, the magical appearance change occurred. Yi Chen's figure elongated into a charming noble man, his originally sharp facial features softened into a world-famous charm, his long silver-purple hair fell like silk, his eyes were rippling with pink charm, the corners of his lips were curved with evil arcs, his cloak of shadow transformed into a purple gauze charm robe, and his flame dragon wristbands faintly pulsated with red light, his charm surged to 95. Hidden buff stacking, movement plus 20%, hatred transfer 100%, field control critical hit plus 50%. The air was distorted, the pink mist was filled with hissing, the sweet floral fragrance mixed with blood hit the face, and the surrounding guild players' eyes were blurred and their movements were slow. Mu Shue's pupils shrank suddenly and her cheeks burned. Charming, charming mage. Charm 95. The panel detects the deflection of hatred in the whole audience, and my milk volume can't keep up with your buff. Jiang Chen's axe shield shook, and he roared excitedly, Master, God form. Switch to shield battle. His appearance was fine-tuned, the giant armor was thickened, power surge 5565, defense 45, self-healing 20%, and the shield runes were bright gold. Charming mist. Yi Chen flicked his jade finger, and the purple mist exploded like fireworks with a bang bang, covering 100 people in a 500-yard range. The guild players' eyes were blurred, the bows and arrows fell to the ground with a clang, the mages' fireballs flew into the air and hit the ground with a bang, and they killed each other and chopped, screams spread everywhere. DOT mental burn is superimposed, -50 per second. 80% control of the field. 30 Bao cavalry stood frozen on the spot, its face twisted as if possessed by an evil spirit, and drool dripped down. Tang Tianzhan swept away the shadow of the halberd and roared, what kind of ghost technique? Charm control. All forbidden techniques. He jumped down personally, and the halberd hooted like a tornado, slashing Yi Chen directly, and the wind pressure caused pain on his face. Jiang Chen stood on top of the shield, Kang. After reducing the damage, it was only -60, and he taunted the boss, come and eat me. Mu Shui switched to ice output, and the milk staff used magic ice crystals, bursting with intelligence, Frost Nova. Support. The cold mist wrapped around the guild's minions, slowing them down by 50%, freezing with a crisp click, and the minion's health bar dropped by -150. Yi Chen glanced at Tang Tian's charming eyes and saw that Tang Tian's figure was slightly stagnant and his spirit was burning, -80. He flashed like a phantom and rushed into the crowd with +20% movement. AoE bursts, phantom chain. The purple blade danced like a butterfly and, swish, killing 20 leather-armored assassins instantly, -300 crit. Group kill -450. The corpse exploded into a bloody mist, the fishy sweetness rose to the sky, and the ground was slippery and unsteady. Tang Tian ordered, attack with force. Trample them and seize their equipment. Hundreds of people rushed in, arrows rained down, and the shadow of the general's halberd was like a mountain. Yi Chen's figure flashed, preparing to challenge the whole audience with magic modification, and the thunder will dye the novice village red. Tang Tian's eyes were red, the battle bosses were combined and strengthened, the halberds erupted with a boom, the AoE swept away the flame wave, and the heat wave swallowed the edge of Jiang Chen's shield, -100, but the charm fog reduced the damage by 30%. He roared at Yi Chen, death. Yi Chen sneered, his appearance was like that of a lightning assassin, his silver-purple hair turned into blue and lightning danced wildly, and the dagger's thunder light flashed, thunder bursts the chain. His body was like lightning, and he stabbed at the weak point continuously, puff, 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 -50. Chain, 650. Critical hit, 900. Tang Tian's health bar dropped, the warrior's armor cracked, and he staggered back with a burning smell, his eyes were filled with fear, the system bug can't defeat me. The guild players collapsed, their IDs flashed and fled, charm is too perverted. A wave of 20 deaths in the field control, tank defense 45. Nanny Bing's output is S level. A mage knelt down with weak legs, with stars in his eyes, handsome, no, evildoer. Charm is full, I turn my bow and arrow towards myself, -200 self-injury. Passerby players gathered around to watch, eyes widened, screams filled the screen, 3 people versus 100. Yi Chen's AoE minion, Tang Tian's boss is accused. Live broadcast on the whole server, this combat power starts from 200,000. Mu Shui's ice cone rain poured down, -200 freeze kill, his voice trembled in admiration, Yi Chen, you're switching, the prediction is perfect, the guild's tactics are completely broken. The server-wide announcement went viral, ding. Player, Chen, defeated the 100-man Tang Tian guild group and killed the bronze boss, Iron-Blooded Warrior, for the first time. The reward will be plus 10,000 reputation, 500,000 gold coins, and the magical weapon, War Blade Key, unlocks an exclusive copy of the Guild War, control plus 50, team damage plus 30%, combat power plus 150,000, legendary quality. The energy is recharged to 100. The sharp blade in Chen's palm took shape, the cold light flashed like a frost blade, and the touch panel surged, 250,000 plus combat power, level 18. The chat channel was paralyzed, a one-on-one challenge with 100 people. 250,000 combat power. Tang Tian fainted from crying, and the god of war was born in all guilds in the server. Mu Xuebing's output is amazing, Jiang Chen's tanks are immortal, and Yi Chen's appearance is incredible. Mu Xue gasped and rushed over, her white robe stained with blood, her eyes as bright as stars. Yi Chen. You fought 1 against 100, and you charmed and controlled the boss in seconds. I have never seen it before. The Tang Tian guild collapsed, and they targeted Chen. That genius girl, the first in the dungeon strategy in the server, a hot-blooded milk warrior, was forced into the guild but refused to obey. Intelligence, she is hiding in Qingyun Town, 15 level, intelligence 95, tactical prediction S++, if you join us, sweep the mid-level dungeon. Jiang Chen shouldered the axe and shield, and the blood evaporated, and shouted, Master, recruit her. Warm up the second clone slot. The system dinged, ding. Kill the guild boss, the system will be upgraded, the energy limit will be plus 50, and the next magic change will be free of CD. 5 seconds. Yi Chen nodded, the sharp blade key buzzed, the field of view expanded and the whole server map flashed, high-level dungeon hotspots were densely populated, and the shadow of guild war was shrouded. Shen, send me the coordinates. Tang Tian's remnant party will not give up. We will expand the team and dominate the divine domain. Mu Xue's intelligence interface was shared, and the Qingyun town mark turned red. She was clearing the spider cave alone, refusing to be attracted by Tang Tian. Before he finished speaking, a private message popped up, and the ID, Shen, flashed, Master Yi Chen. Help. Tang Tian locked my position, and surrounded me with 50 remnants and 2 bronze bosses, recruiting them in a kidnapping style. If I don't obey, I will kill them. Come on from the east entrance of Spider Cave. A faint roar came from the distance, and the red dot on the map approached like thunder clouds. Yi Chen's eyes were like knives. Let's go, the second battle begins. The 3 figures flashed and rushed towards Qingyun town. The wind howled like a knife cutting through my ears, and in the gray mist at dawn, the silhouettes of 3 people flew across the wilderness like arrows. The grass blades were trampled to pieces, and the wet smell of soil hit my nostrils. Mu Xue hunted in white robes, clenching the milk stick, and her breath was slightly chaotic. The east entrance of the spider cave has entered the foggy forest. Tang Tian's 50 remnants plus 2 bronze boss, Venomous Spider King, are outflanking them. Shen can't stand it even in a fight. Her private messages are intermittent. Spider Silk controls the field, Poisonous Fog DOT -80 per second, health bar pressure 10%. Jiang Chen's giant armor roared, his footsteps shook the ground with a thud, and he roared, Master, the red dot on the map is approaching 200 yards, I will switch to the flying form, and I will draw the hatred first. Yi Chen's eyes flashed, and the system interface, ding, sounded, the second clone slot is activated. Jiang Chen's magic modification, Wind Eagle Warrior, wing spread, speed plus 80%, air control, energy deducted by 10. In an instant, Jiang Chen's body lengthened, and the giant armor transformed into green feathers and iron wings that unfolded with a snap. The wind from the wings stirred up dust like a tornado, and the fishy wind mixed with blood and energy shot into the sky. He flapped his wings and, hurrah, hovered in the air, dived like a meteorite, boom, and plunged straight into the edge of the misty forest. The shadows of the trees are whirling, the mist is as sticky as spider silk, and the musty smell of rotting leaves is pungent. Sharp laughter echoed from the distance. Chen, little genius. So what about the full-server dungeon strategy S++? I, Tang Tian, can't ride 50 people, and the 2 Spider King bosses have full poison control. You can't help but protect yourself. Turn in your name, burst into gear, and join the cavalry guild. Otherwise, the poisonous mist will melt the bones, and the spider hole will turn into a graveyard. The guild player ID flashed, Poisonous Spider Maniac, and Silk Web Killer. The leather boots broke the dead branches with a click, the bowstring was full of buzzing, the green poisonous arrow clusters hissed and gathered momentum, and the air was filled with sour and poisonous mist. Shen Qingqing's figure was in a mess, her level 15 hot-blooded girl's costume was torn, her pink robe was sticky with blood spider silk, her intelligence panel was flashing at 95, her milk staff was waving a golden light, buzzing, but the Spider King's giant claws clicked and shattered the shield light, her blood bar dropped by -120 per second, her face was pale and beads of sweat rolled down. She gritted her teeth and roared, "Don't even think about it. I am the best in predicting the strategy of the whole server, Tang Tian, you are kidnapping people, the guild's combat strength is 30,000, and the poison control CD is too long, I will drag you to death. The passerby player's legs are weak, and the chat channel is full, Shen Qingqing is finished. The poisonous DOT has no solution, 50 people have blocked the road, and the novice genius has fallen. Tang Tian's iron cavalry takes revenge, so what if there are thousands of people here preparing for the mid-level dungeon, Yi Chen is just a local tycoon. Despair was like a cobweb pressing against his head. Shen Qingqing's knees were slightly bent, and the spider silk wrapped around his legs. The poisonous mist choked him and he coughed, and his vision was blurred by green shadows. Jiang Chen swooped down, the iron wings slashed into the air, whoosh, the wind blade was like a knife and, whoosh, cut off 10 spider silks, -200 group damage. Taunting in the air to attract hatred. The 2 Spider Kings turned their heads with red eyes, waving their giant claws, crack, and the poisonous mist sprayed his, but Jiang Chen dodged at 80% speed, and the shield and axe rotated to resist. Master, the boss is watching me, Shen Qingqing is untied. Mu Shui followed up and the ice mist exploded with a whoosh, and the frozen soldier's footsteps clicked, slowing down by 50%, and said in a rapid voice, Yi Chen, energy alarm. The Spider King AoE range is 300 yards, 50 people are firing bows and poison volleys, Jiang Chen can't withstand the second wave. Jiang Chen laughed loudly as the axe and shield rotated, holding back the remaining soldiers. Master, harvest. Mushua's golden light filled the whole team, plus 500. The dominance buff is stacked, our blood bar is eternal. Yi Chen cut the ice attribute again, and the frost thorn rain swished to control the boss, and the frozen scales clicked, and finally the charm returned, and the pink mist explosive heart, ultimate charming explosion. Tang Tian wailed and stood frozen, with a mental breakdown. -1,000 kills. The boss's giant body fell to the ground with a bang, dust flying, boom, and the group of hundreds of people collapsed like a tide, screaming, help. Monster. Corpses were everywhere, rivers of blood flowed, crash, and the dawn of Novice Village turned red. The magical appearance change breaks out. Yi Chen's figure became slender, the sharp angles of the thunder softened into an elf's grace, his green eyes flashed like emeralds, his long hair turned into silvery green vines like a living creature squirming, rustling, the shadow cloak phantom leaf robe, the flame dragon wristbands pulsated with faint green, the war blade key hummed and merged, charm 95 superimposed on natural affinity 100. The air was distorted, the fresh fragrance of the vines hissed, the shadows of the trees were dancing like life, and the eyes of passerby players were dull, elf form. The panel detects teleport CD3s, and controls the field 90%. This is a hidden racial bug. Mu Shui's pupils shrank suddenly, and her cheeks flushed. Yi Chen, switch again. The forest key is unlocked, the terrain is fully open, and my ice buff stacks up by plus 20%. Tree shadow teleports. Yichinu pointed to the ground, green light exploded, bang, the figure penetrated 500 yards through the tree like a ghost, and plunged straight into Shenqingqing's side. The vines danced wildly and shredded the spider silk with a pop, controlling 90% of the field and locking 50 people. The guild players stood frozen, their bows and arrows shot back and fired, puff, and they screamed, ah. Vine Thorn DOT minus 120 per second. The Spider King's giant claw sweeps the air, Chen dodges plus 50%, and the War Blade cuts the weak point, minus 600 critical hit. The whole team's damage is plus 30%. Out of trouble, the golden light of the milk stick gave Chen plus 400, his passionate eyes widened, and his voice trembled, you, Master Chen. Teleport to save me, the elf controls the field and breaks my prediction. The combat power panel starts at 250,000. There is no solution for all servers. Chen rotated in the air, and the axe and shield smashed into the Spider King's carapace with a clang, minus 350 damage reduction is only 80, and self-healing is 20% full. Mu Shui Frost Nova, Frozen Spider Legs, click, Intelligence 88 burst, S super support. Shenqingqing, fight with milk, join forces with AOE. Shenqingqing gasped and stood firm, her pink robe bulging with magic power buzzing, and she laughed passionately, good. Strategic prediction S++, Spider King's weak abdomen, poison sac CD 12 seconds, focus the fire. 3 people plus 1 girl broke out, Chen cut the Thunder Assassin in succession, the blue lightning danced, puff, 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 minus 900 chain. Critical hit minus 1200. The Spider King's health bar was cut in half, the carapace was scorched, and the smell of acid and poison hit his nose. The guild players collapsed, and their IDs flashed and fled, the elf teleportation is too abnormal. 90% of the field control, our bow poison is completely distorted, and the boss is predicted to be weak in seconds. A silk screen killer knelt down, with stars in his eyes, handsome. No, the elf is a monster, my charm is so full that I turn to my teammates, minus 250 self-inflicted damage. Passerby players watched and screamed, and the chat channel was paralyzed, Chen kills 50 plus 2 bosses with 4 people. Shenqingqing joins in, a passionate battle of S++, and the combat power soars. Tang Tian's deputy pounced with red eyes, the Spider King merged and strengthened, the poisonous mist exploded, hissing, and the AoE green wave swallowed it, but Chen's vine shield blocked the pop, and the natural recharge plus 30%, the energy was full, switch to ice attribute. Frost Blast locks the boss. Chen hit at the edge of the fog, and the system popped up with a sneer, ding. Energy 120/150, unlock the low energy magic modification, Forest Elf template, cost 15, get the hidden terrain key. Attributes, teleport tree shadow 500 yards, vine control 90%, natural recharge plus 30%/min, team dodge plus 50%, DOT vine sting poison plus 100, unlocked exclusive passage in the foggy forest. The guild players laughed and laughed, Chen's flying birdman, the shield defense 45 can't withstand the Spider King's combo. Chen's stealth CD is long, get out and die. Tang Tian's deputy, poisonous spider maniac, smiled grimly, it's just luck to kill the flame fortress first, we are familiar with the terrain here, the spider web seals the sky. The whole server announcement exploded, ding. Player, Chen, team defeated the Tang Tian Guild's 50 regiments plus double bronze boss, Fong Spider King, and killed the first hidden in the foggy forest. Reward plus 20,000 reputation, 1 million gold coins, explosive, misty boots, speed plus 50%, teleport CD halved, terrain adaptation 100%, dodge plus 60%, combat power plus 200,000, mythical quality. Shenqingqing joins the team, and the tactical buff for the whole team is plus 40%. Chen stepped on the boots of mist, the cold mist pulsed like life, the speed surged, and the panel flashed. Combat power 250,000 500,000, level 19, ranking among the top 10 in the entire server. The chat channel went crazy, 500,000 combat power. The first 10 Yechens turned out. The myth of the missed boots, the genius Shenqingqing joined the team, Tang Tian Guild cried to death. The appearance is the key to unlocking the system, the god of the system. The frost-stabbing rain, swish, the freezing poison sack, kaka, Shenqingqing predicted, plus 500 eternity, for Jin Guangyou's team, Mu Shui's ice pick assisted, minus 250 freeze kill, Jiang Chen's top taunt, eat the axe. Finally, Yi Chen returned with charm. The pink mist bursts the heart, bang bang, the mental burn plus vine thorn stacks, minus 1000 kills. The two Spider Kings fell to the ground with a bang, the dust and mist flew, the corpses of the 50 remaining party lay across the river of blood, crash, and the confluence of green poison corroded the ground, sizzle. The shadow of Yi Chen's boots flashed, and he teleported between the trees to try the move, and nodded calmly, okay, full strategy. Jiang Chen, the second clone is ready, full of energy. Jiang Chen withdrew his wings and roared excitedly, Master, let's go to Thunder Temple. The system quietly dinged, ding. Detect the energy fluctuations of the intermediate hidden copy of Thunder Temple. Tang Tian Guild has thousands of people. The red dot is approaching the first kill point, and the crisis is escalating. On the distant horizon, thousands of people's cavalry are billowing with dust and smoke, and the thunder clouds are faintly crackling. The new storm is roaring like a beast, and Yi Chen's eyes are like blades. Expand the team, fight the first temple, and dominate from now on. The figures of the four people melted into the fog, and the bloody wind did not dissipate, and the waves surged. The gray mist at dawn gradually dissipated, thunderclouds hung low like giant beasts, and dust and smoke billowed outside Qingyun town in the distance. The hoofs of Tang Tian's 1,000-man cavalry shook the earth slightly, and the friction of the armor was harsh, and the air was filled with the smell of scorched earth and sweat. The silhouettes of Yi Chen and the four of them were like lightning, the boots of the mist hissed through the wind, and they teleported 500 yards between the shadows of trees. When they landed, the grass blades sanded and shattered, and the fishy smell of wet mud was tangy. Jiang Chen folded his iron wings with a pop, the giant armor landed with a dong, and roared, Master, the entrance to the Thunder Temple is 200 yards away, full of energy, thousands of red dots are following for 50 yards, and we will surround you in 5 minutes. Mu Shui hunted in white robes, and the milk staff glowed faintly. Flash, gasping for breath with admiration in his eyes, Yi Chen, you have just fought with 500,000 combat power and you are already in the top 10. Shenqingqing's buffs are superimposed. Can you take a break? The intelligence shows that there are 3 waves of temple guards, all Thunder Beast boss series are resistant, and the difficulty of the first kill is SS+. Shenqingqing's pink robe was stained with blood, her hot-blooded face was covered with sweat, and her intelligence panel was buzzing with 95. She hurriedly shared the map, Great God. The hidden key to the temple needs to be triggered by the appearance of thunder. Our S++ prediction, 20 thunder guards in the first wave, minus 150 arc chain AoE per second, 50 thunder spirits in the second wave, teleportation field control, 10 elite thunder generals in the third wave, summon thunder beasts with a blast range of 500 yards. Boss, Thunder's Wrath, has 5 million HP, summons thunder beasts plus thunderstorms, and the CD is short. Tang Tian's thousands of people are preparing for the battle to grab this legendary weapon. Passers-by players looked at each other from a distance, and the chat channel was filled with weak legs. Yi Chen's 4 people. 500,000 combat power to attack the temple. Shenqingqing's genius fell team, Tang Tian's iron cavalry has 30,000 guilds. Wanting to advance but suppressing, Yi Chen stopped in the clearing of the forest. The shadows of the trees were whistling and the wind was whistling. He calmly took stock of the system interface and the system interface, ding ding, continued, summary of harvest, 2.5 million gold coins, 40,000 reputation, the whole team buff War God system, leadership plus 50%, Chen tactics plus 40%, combat power base 500,000, mist boots fusion, speed plus 50% superimposed on forest elf teleportation. Energy recharge plus 30% / min 150 has been unlocked. Lightning Dharma God template, consumes 20 energy, all series of lightning resistance plus 100%, arc teleportation 800 yards, thunder network control 95%, critical strike chain plus 200%, unlocks the exclusive key to the second clone Jiang Qincheng. Level, Thunder Warrior form unlocked, defense plus 60, thunder axe slashing, 50% armor penetration per minute, self-healing 30% per minute. He stepped on the boots of cold mist and tried to teleport. Hiss, the ghostly figure reappeared, green eyes as sharp as lightning. Mu Shue's pupils shrank, her cane clenched and her voice trembled, full energy, Thunder God. The resistance of all systems is 100%, and the SS plus difficulty of the temple is unsolvable. Qingqing, your S++ prediction is superimposed, and the team's output is doubled. Shen Qingqing's hot-blooded eyes widened, and her pink fists clenched and her pink robe bulged. The great god and demon changed the bug. Teleport 800 yards to break my terrain prediction, control 95% of the 3 waves of guards, Tang Tian's thousands of people are late. Rest for 30 seconds, layout, Jiang Chen is in front, Mu Shu and I will output, I will predict the weakness, Yi Chen will control the boss. Jiang Chen's giant armor buzzed, the green feather iron wings transformed into thunder patterns, and he roared excitedly, Master, the Thunder Warriors are in place, the axe and shield are transformed into thunder, and the combat power has reached 200,000. After a short period of repair, it was like the calm before the storm. The chirping of birds in the forest was suppressed by the booming of the distant cavalry. Yi Chen nodded, come in. The energy switches to the thunder and lightning magic god. The magical transformation of the appearance broke out, the body became elongated and handsome, and the sharp angle of thunder exploded blue. The electricity cracks, the long hair turns into thunder threads and dances, Zilla, the green eyes turn into purple electric whirlpools, the shadow cloak phantom thunder robe pulsates, the flame dragon wristbands are entangled with thunder patterns, the war blade key hums and merges with the thunder arc, charm 95 is superimposed with thunder god affinity 120. The ionized air beeps and the pungent ozone smell hits your nose. The scorched edges of the leaves squeak. Passers-by and players peer into the distance and scream, thunder, the appearance of the magic god. 100% panel detection resistance, 800 teleportation. Son of the system. The buffs of the whole team skyrocketed, with dodge plus 60%, damage plus 30%, and milk volume plus 40%. The huge door at the entrance of the temple opened with a bang, the thunder clouds were overwhelming and the lightning cracked into the sky, the stone steps were slippery and thunder arcs jumped with a pop, and the smell of decaying metal mixed with electric scorch hit your nostrils. The first wave of 20 Thunder Guards rushed out, the ID flashed, Thunder Guard, the arc chain lock connected, ZZ, and the AoE green and red blood bar dropped, -150 per second. Shen Qingqing yelled with passion, prediction S++. Guards weak chest core, CD8s, focus fire on the left wing. Jiang Chen's Thunder Warrior pushed forward, his axe shield hit the ground, Kong, the thunder wave shook, boom, defense 60% damage reduction, -80 only left, the self-healing green bar skyrocketed, hold it. Master, control the field. Mu Shui Bingwa's auxiliary milk, buzz, plus 300, the voice was urgent, thunder resistance is full, the chain lock is invalid. Yi Chen's purple eyes flashed, he teleported 800 yards and hissed, directly into the Chinese army, the thunder net exploded, bang bang, and controlled 95% of the field to lock 20 animals. The arc backfired, ZZ, the guard stood frozen and self-destructed, boom boom, -400 group critical hit. His war blade thundered and cut the core, Z, the chain critical hit plus 200% killed 10 animals in a row, -1201 hit. Shen Qingqing's pink robe exploded with magic power, predicting golden light locking the weak point. Ding, the milk battle output is, plus 400 milk, minus 500 thorns, the great god thunder net is abnormal. The first wave is seconds, the prediction is perfect. Passers-by watched the legs go weak, and the chat channel exploded. Yi Chen, thunder god, 20 guards in 1 minute to clear. 500,000 combat power to crush SS+. The second wave of 50 thunder spirits teleported and ran around. Swish, the electric ball blasted. Pop, the range burned, minus 200 per second, and the air plasma heat wave burned the skin. The guild players followed and watched from a distance and taunted, farewell. There is no solution to the teleportation of the thunder spirit. Thousands of people from Tang Tian will be here soon. Yi Chen's rich man's suit is waiting to explode. Shen Qingqing gritted his teeth, prejudgment. The ghost of the spiritual core focused the fire on the right side. Mu Shui's ice cone instantly slowed down with a click, and the milk volume was full. Yi Chen, energy alarm. Yi Chen sneered and cut the ice attribute mage, frost and thunder fusion, teleporting chain freeze to kill 20 souls, minus 900 freeze explosion. Cut back to the lightning magic god, thunder network upgrade control 95% full seal, minus 1500 chain kill. Jiang Chen's axe will word, pierced 50% of the armor and smashed the remaining spirits. Master, the temple key is buzzing, the third wave is coming. Shen Qingqing rushed towards him, the blood on his pink robe was not dry, and his hot-blooded eyes were locked on Yi Chen. Great God! Your magical transformation, teleportation to save lives, the field control prediction breaks my S++, and the combat power of 500,000 is crushed by the whole server. Tang Tian is eyeing my strategy, just for the high-level copy, I join. Intelligence sharing, intermediate, thunder, the temple's secret is open, the legendary god is full of land, and the first kill key controls the entire server. But Tang Tian's thousands of people gathered outside Qingyun town, with a total combat strength of 500,000, ready to take the lead. Mu Shui shared the panel with a smile. Qingqing, welcome. Yi Chen's team is invincible, your hot-blooded battle is perfect. Orgasm breaks out. Yi Chen's energy is 150 full, and the system dings, the ultimate magical fusion. Thunder God plus God of War Commander plus Thunder Assassin, consumes 50, unlocks the ultimate key to the temple, all system resistance is 150%, fusion blow, Thunder God destroys the world, damage 100,000 *5 chains, no CD. The appearance is extreme, the thunder robe explodes, the purple gold electric dragon coils, boom, the eyes are like a thunder core vortex, the sharp thunder god halberd buzzes, the charm is 200. The electric smell of ozone reaches the sky, and the stone palace trembles and, rumbling. His figure is like a god, he teleports to the center of the palace and, hisses, the god of thunder annihilates the world with a click and rumble. The electric dragon dances wildly and chains lock the whole audience, minus 100,000 *50 chains. One-click kill. The thunder evaporates the blood bar of the thunder beast, ZZ, the boss, Thunder's Wrath, was summoned in advance, the giant beast roared, roar, the blood was 5 million, and the whole thunderstorm map boomed. But Yi Chen's resistance was 150% and there was no damage, the halberd stabbed the weak heart and, puff, minus 500,000 critical hit. The second company of world destruction. The third wave has 10 elite thunder generals, the giant hammer thunderstorm, bang, summons 20 small thunder beasts, the ground cracks, click, the power grid seals the sky, sizzling, and the DOT superposition, minus 250 per second. Shen Qingqing bent his knees slightly and roared with blood, S++ limit. The general hammers the back of the blind area, and the CD of the thunder beasts is tens, drag. Mu Shui's blood bar pressed red, minus 180, and her voice trembled, I can't withstand, Yi Chen. Jiang Chen's shield shattered with a pop, and he could not catch up with the roar after self-healing. The lightning of despair engulfed the field of vision, and passers-by screamed, Yi Chen's team is destroyed. Tang Tian will definitely win, the first one in the temple to kill them. The whole server announcement is paralyzed, ding. Player, Chen, kills the mid-level hidden copy Thunder Temple SS Plus for the first time in the team. Reward reputation plus 50,000, gold coins 5 million, explosive equipment Thunder God's Crown, intelligence plus 100, thunder resistance plus 150%, all system resistance plus 80%, critical hit plus 100%, fusion magic CD reduced to 1s, combat power plus 500,000, legendary quality. Combat power exceeded 1 million, first in the server. Chen wore a crown on his head, the purple electric crown pulsed, buzzing, the panel flashed, combat power 500,000 1 million, level 22. Mu Shui threw herself at the white robe and trembled, her eyes as bright as stars, Chen. God. Fusion of one-click boss, 1 million combat power king. Shen Qingqing's pink robe shed tears, and knelt down, the great god is invincible. S++ predicts encounters with gods, Legend of Thunder God's Crown, and high-level dungeons with full intelligence. Jiang Chen roared in worship, Master, rule the entire domain. Dust and smoke exploded outside the hall. Thousands of Tang Tian's cavalry were approaching. The horses hissed and the iron boots clicked around the hall. The sea of guild player IDs flashed and the forest of poisonous bows and spears buzzed. However, seeing the corpse of the boss plus the divine crown, his legs weakened and collapsed. 1 million combat power. Kill the temple for the first time in 1 hour. Our guild of 30,000 people was prepared for nothing. Chen's appearance is fused with bugs, and the myths and legends are all over. Boss Tang Tian is finished. The whole server in the chat channel worshipped, Chen is the king. Thousands of people witnessed the defeat, and he is invincible. The combat power is 1 million, the magic key is cheated, and all servers are on their knees. Tang Tian rode the giant wolf forward, his ambitious face distorted with red eyes, and he turned into a ferocious smile and roared, Chen. The appearance of your system has been magically changed, and it is a non-player bug. I have found out, God's domain originated from alien AI, and the key hides the ultimate secret. Collect it to lead to the invasion of reality. Hand over the key, otherwise, thousands of people will fight in a bloody battle, and the AI will wake up and be wiped out. The thundercloud clicked, and the red dots outside the temple increased sharply. The crisis was like a beast waking up. Chen's eyes were like blades, and the arc of his sneer crown was jumping, come and fight. The four of them backed up the temple, and the storm started again, and the bloody wind was raging. The thunder clouds were as low as a lead curtain, the dong-dong hoofbeats of the cavalry outside the temple were like war drums, the red light of thousands of people's IDs flashed like a sea of blood, the Tangtian giant wolf roared, woo-woo, the forest of poisonous arrows and spears, buzzed and aimed at the stone door of the temple, and the smell of rust, blood and wolf sweat was strong and assailed the nostrils. Mushue's white robe clings to her sweat-soaked skin, the golden light of the milk stick dims, the admiration in her eyes turns to a terrified whisper, Chen, 1,000 men of iron cavalry, bow poison DOT -300 per second, spear array armor penetration 80%, 30,000 guild backup red dots approaching 50 yards, our milk volume cannot keep up, the energy field in the palace is decaying. Shen Qingqing's pink robe is stained with blood. Dry, his knees were trembling slightly, his face was pale with blood, and the S++ map shared buzzed, Great God, Tang Tian's combat power is 300,000 per unit, AoE suppression range of 1,000 people is 2,000 yards, guild buff iron blood resistance plus 40%, poisonous fog slows down 50%, prediction. 95% probability of annihilation of the team in a head-to-head fight, 30% survival rate in the forest fog area. The cracks in Jiang Chen's thunder giant armor were repaired with a squeak, the self-healing green strip slowly climbed up, the green feather iron wings folded in with a snap, and his low voice was hoarse, Master, the shield shattering energy is 50%, and it cannot withstand the second wave of spear rain. Thousands of people are famous, and the hatred lock is fully activated. Yi Chen's thunder god's crown pulsed with purple electricity, and his green eyes scanned the surrounding area like blades. The 1 million combat power panel flashed, but the energy alarm flashed yellow. The smell of ozone electricity still filled the hall. He stepped on the cold mist boots and tried to move, and the shadow wall trembled slightly. Passers-by players watching from a distance felt weak in the legs, and the chat channel went red. So what if Yi Chen is the first kill in the temple? Tang Tian is crushed by thousands of people, and the cavalry controls the whole map. It's useless to fight alone with millions of combat power. Mu Xue and Shen Qingqing's goddess has fallen into the team, the guild alliance has moved, and Yi Chen must die in the warm-up of the national war. Tang Tian smiled twistedly, his giant wolf claws scratched the rocks, and roared through the clouds, Yi Chen. I am determined to win the crown of Thunder God. The bug in the appearance system comes from the AI alien code of God's domain. Collect the keys to open the reality portal and invade the Earth's resources. The Guild Intelligence Network of all servers will lock you in, hand over the key plus divine equipment, and spare your life, otherwise thousands of people will be massacred, and the whole server will watch your corpse explode during the live broadcast. The iron cavalry bowstring was fully drawn, and the poisonous green smoke billowing hissed toward the palace door. The pressure was like a mountain collapse, and the slippery stone steps and the remnants of the lightning arc reflected the pale faces of everyone. Mu Xue's knuckles turned white as she clenched her milk stick, and her voice trembled, Alien AI. God's domain is invading reality. The intelligence matches my dark network clues, clear and clear, analyze. Shen Qingqing bit her lips and fists trembled, her intelligence 95 panel flashed, S++ interpretation. Tang Tian Guild's black market transactions. The key fragments, the God domain source code bug is only triggered by the protagonist, the appearance magic modification system key is connected to the real server, collect 12 keys to open the ultimate copy of the gate to the source world, the AI wakes up and controls the player's body. Master, we have been exposed, the whole server hunting order has been issued. Suppression surged like a black tide. Yi Chen calmly took inventory of the loot. The temple treasure box shattered with a click, and the golden light burst into pieces. The crown of Thunder God was worn. The remaining fragments of thunder crystals and thunder soul stones were scattered. The system dinged continuously. First kill digestion, energy recharge plus 50/minute, the whole team. The buff war god command is extended by 1 hour, and Shen Qingqing's tactical stack is increased by 40%. The total reputation is 90,000, and the gold coins are 7.5 million. To unlock the mid-level system in the mall, unlock the wind attribute template, consume 30 energy, speed plus 150%, wind blade. Instant kill range of 1000 yards, wind shield damage reduction by 90%, critical strike wind chain plus 300%, exclusive wild elite key. Upgraded creation clone function, second clone, Feng Chen, shared combat power of 30%, specialization in speed combat, storm form teleportation without CD, self-destruction wind core AoE 100,000 injuries. Yi Chen clicked to confirm, the energy hissed, dropped to 120, the blue light exploded and boomed, and Feng Chen appeared, the slender figure in the wind robe hunted, whooshing, the silver hair flew wildly, hissing, the wind swirled gray and blue, the double-edged wind sickle, buzzed and rotated, and the combat power instantly increased to 300,000. Jiang Chen's iron wings trembled slightly, and he roared in shock, Master, the second clone. The speed is 150%, it can spawn monsters in the wild, and it can tear open wounds surrounded by thousands of people. Mu Xue's pupils widened, her white robe trembled in the hunting wind, and her cane's golden light rekindled her admiration, Feng Chen's clone. Shared vision plus speed has no solution, Tang Tian's poisonous fog slows down, but with thousands of people suppressing it, we are still at a disadvantage. Shen Qingqing's hot-blooded eyes flashed with tears, and her pink robe bulged with excitement that could not suppress her fear, the expansion of the Great God Library, Myth. The wind attribute unlocks the elite group of the mid-level wild, storm wasteland, and the experience is doubled, predicting the Wild King's win. The Demon King's blood is 3 million, and the Fusion Crown's combat power reaches 2 million. But Alliance information, the 20 major guild alliances in the whole server have mobilized 50,000 people, and the live broadcast has started to grab the key. Passers-by watched Feng Chen appear from a distance, and the chat channel exploded. Yi Chen's second avatar. The wind speed is 150%, breaking the 1,000-man formation. Tang Tian's boss is sure to win, 50,000 Alliance Red Sea. Crisis tightened like the claws of beasts, and Tang Tian ordered with a grim smile, Iron Cavalry charge. Poison spears AoE, archers lock milk tonic, explode Yi Chen's corpse. Thousands of people pressed forward with iron boots, bang, rain of spears, hissed, like locusts, poisonous green deot sizzled, corroded the stone door and, squeaked, wolves roared and rushed towards the palace steps, the smell of blood and blood filled the sky. Yi Chen's thunder crown purple lightning leaps, pop, switches the wind attribute magic to, ding, his appearance becomes elongated and wind-spirited, his silver hair wind silk dances wildly, whoosh, his eyes turn gray and blue vortex, thunder robe magic wind robe pulsates, buzz, thunder god halberd transforms into wine sickle double blades, charm 95 and wind affinity 180. Speed plus 150%, teleport his, for 1,000 yards, expand the wind shield and shout, to reduce damage by 90%, fresh air, broken leaves, rustling and poisonous mist are ineffective. Feng Chen rushed forward with a whoosh synchronization, the double-edged wind core exploded, boom, minus 100,000 AoE tore apart the front 50 cavalry, and the health bar evaporated, sizzling. Jiang Chen's thunder axe slashed, clang, withstood the rain of spears, minus 200 damage reduction was left, he healed and chased after shouting, Master, it's a tear. Mu Shui Bingwu's breasts exploded, buzzing, plus 500, the frozen poison mist, clicked, to slow down the iron cavalry, the white robe was sweating and trembling, thousands of people are still pouring in, and the energy consumption is 30%. Shen Qingqing predicted the golden lock weak, ding, pink robe thorn output minus 600, S++. The iron cavalry's weak point is the wolf leg joint, Feng Chen focuses on the right wing. Yi Chen's wind blade chain lock, hisses, plus 300% critical hit, instantly kills 200 cavalry, minus 1,500 per chain, the combat power is soaring. The panel flashes 1.15 million, but the red dots are densely pressed behind, and the dust smoke, booms, blocks the retreat. Breaking through the forest, the wet mud of the wind and mist wasteland gurgled and sank into the hoof, the 50 red eyes of the wild elite, Wind Fang wolf pack, jumped ouch, and the claw wind tore through the air, whoosh, points minus 180 per second. Suppressed and turned to the battlefield, Yi Chen's wind eyes are sharp, Feng Chen's combined attack, swish, the sickle blade storm spin, bang, 95% of the field control locks the group, and the critical chain clears, minus 2,000 group kills, in seconds. Mu Xuanai pulled, plus 600, with panic in her eyes, elite experience plus 50,000, but Tang Tian's thousands of people are following 100 yards, and the Alliance's Red Sea is approaching. Shen Qingqing panted with hot blood, pink robe splashed with mud, great God, the Wild King is refreshed. The blood of the Gale Demon King is 3 million, the Wind Core summons Tornado plus Wind Blade Rain, SS difficulty, Explosive Talisman Legend, Eternal Speed plus 200%, Storm no CD, Combat Power plus 1 million. The Wild King roars, boom, the giant body's wind wings blow up the tree with whoosh, the tornado swallows the ground, rumbling, and sucks the player, the wind blade cuts the skin like a rain of knives, hisses, and the bloody dust hits the nose. Jiang Chen's iron wing resisted the tornado with a pop, reducing damage by 60%, and roared, Master, support the boss. Mu Shui's ice cone frozen wing, click, burst, but the blood bar was red, minus 250, and trembled, I can't stand it. Alliance Intelligence, the live broadcast of the whole server preliminaries begins, Tang Tian leads the team. Yi Chen's energy switch fusion, ding, wind attribute plus lightning magic god, the wind and thunder robe explodes with, boom, the resistance is 150% and there is no damage. The world-destroying wind and thunder version, clicks and whizzes, with a wave, 100,000*5 chain locks plus storm has no CD-200,000*30 chains. The boss loses blood like crazy. Chen self-destructs and assists with boom. Chen predicts the stab core, -800. The Wild King's wings shattered and squeaked, the nuclear explosion, rumbling, and fell to the ground, and the golden light explosion buzzed. The system dinged, kill the mid-level Wild King, Wind Demon King. Explode the Storm Amulet, legendary, speed plus 200%, Storm AoE no CD, Fusion Magic Modification full speed plus 100%, Combat Power plus 1 million. Combat Power 1.15 million 2 million, the whole server announcement is paralyzed. Chen's amulet buzzed on his neck, the wind and thunder crown pulsated, and the panel flashed 2 million to dominate the list. Shui hugged her white robe and admired her with tears, 2 million, invincible. But the live broadcast is on. Chen knelt down on the mud and roared with blood, the myth of the great god's talisman, all the information is available, 20 guild alliances with 50,000 legions, led by Tang Tian himself, National War pre-challenge live broadcast on the whole server, red name hunting for your key. The boss's red eyes violently blasted the group of thunder beasts, and arcs of lightning rained down, pap, 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 Jiang Chen smashed the shield with, Kang, Mu Shui's breasts exploded with, plus 600, Chen predicted and yelled, the weak point of thunder core is exposed, freeze focus fire. Chen merged and cut continuously, thunder net plus frost explosion plus the superimposed vine thorns, squeak, control the field without solution, the 3 world-destroying strikes, rumbling, -1.5 million kill. The boss's carapace cracked with electric char and, squeaked, and fell to the ground with a boom. The afterglow of thunder light flickered in the hall, and the smell of molten metal filled the air. The dawn in the windy and foggy wasteland is as gray as iron. The iron boots of the 50,000-member alliance are crushing the mud with a bang. The dust and smoke roll up the bloody wind and rain straight into the nose. In the distance, the IDC is rolling like a blood wave. Tang Tian's giant wolf mount takes the lead with a low roar of "oh." The live camera buzzes with a red light and sweeps the entire server. The chat channel has exploded into a red sea, the preliminaries of the national war are about to begin. Tang Tian Alliance's 50,000 people crush the Chen team, thousands of the Man Cavalry Vanguard AoE controls the field, the Poison Fog DOD stack is -500 per second, and the Iron Blood buff is +40%, so what if Chen is singled out for 2 million? If the milk supplement cannot keep up, he will be destroyed. Passers-by players watched from a distance, their legs were weak and their knees were stuck in the mud. Mushue's white robe was soaked with sweat and dripping down her neck. The golden light of the cane flashed faintly. Her ice-blue eyes stared at the Red Sea in panic. She whispered like a candle in the wind, Chen. 50,000 alliances, thousands of vanguards have pressed 50 yards, the arch formation has locked milk volume of -800 per second, the cavalry spears rain 90% armor penetration, we are exhausted, the wind and fog reduced the vision by only 10%, the probability of total annihilation is 99%. Chen the clear pink robe is stained with mud and blood, and the hot-blooded face is as pale as paper. The S++ map shared, buzzing, red alarm, and the pink fists clenched the knuckles and gasped, Great God. Tang Tian personally leads the boss to upgrade the combat power by 350,000, the giant wolf poison claw AoE range is 3,000 yards plus slowdown by 70%, the alliance backup is covered with red dots, and 10 waves of iron cavalry are expected to surge into our control field and collapse. Live broadcast around the world, reputation is reduced to 0. The cracks in Jiang Chen's Thunder Giant armor expanded, and the self-healing green bar only climbed 10%. The iron wings folded and, pop, roared hoarsely, Master, 1,000 people's hatred lock is fully activated, and only 20% of the shield resistance is left for the second wave. Feng Chen's silver hair fluttered wildly, whoosh, the gray and blue vortex of the wind eye rotated, the double-edged wind sickle hummed low, and the slim wind robe trembled slightly during the hunt. Master, the speed advantage suppresses the poisonous fog, but the 50,000 Red Sea AOEC, teleportation CD can't catch up. The pressure is like a huge black cloud. Yi Chen's wind and thunder robe pulsated, and his cold green eyes scanned the blood waves, and lightning flashed in his heart. Tang Tian's intelligence revealed a bug in the source code. The 50,000 Alliance is a bait. The live broadcast preheating locks my key. If the energy is exhausted, I will die. But the Storm Protector, the charm, has no CD, and the 120 magic transformation energy is enough to support it. The psychological game is like a chess game. Suppress the vanguard of thousands of people first, massacre Bo to create panic, force Tang Tian to fight in person to expose his weaknesses. The appearance system then magically transforms into the military god form, unlocks the Legion buff and reverses the game. Yi Chen sneered slightly at the corner of his mouth, and the system interface, ding, popped up in his mind. The appearance database expanded and pulsated with golden light. He thought in a flash, the fusion of wind plus thunder and lightning has made him invincible in the field. The military god template hides the Legion key and can defeat the formation of thousands of people. System, magically transform the military god form. Consume 80 energy to unlock the Legion gain key. The blue light burst, boom, the energy, hiss, dropped to 40, Yi Chen's appearance stretched and became more majestic, the wind and thunder robe of the phantom army god was draped in red gold, buzzing, the golden light on the shoulder flashed, the red gold lion's mane curled, whoosh, the red gold eyes were blazing with war, and the charm was 95 and the army god ruled 250. The panel flashed, military god and demon change is activated. The whole team's Legion buff plus 80% combat power, immortal morale without fear, 100% hatred transfer, AoE range expanded by 3 times, exclusive key, war control, unlocked, 80% slowdown of enemy troops within 1,000 people, 50% chance of civil unrest, explosion of the military flag legend. The combat power soared to 2.15 million. The smell of gold and iron horses filled the air, and the dong-dong of war drums shocked the soul. Mu Shui's pupils shrank suddenly, her white robe hunting for gold trembled in the wind, her milk cane almost fell, her voice cracked and she worshipped, military god form. Charm 250 to command the whole team plus 80%, thousands of people civil strife key, Yi Chen, you are the king of the Legion. Shen Qingqing's knees softened and she knelt on the mud. Tears filled her eyes with tears in her pink robe, and she shouted excitedly, S++ interpretation. Military gods buff stack Shen Qingqing tactics plus 120%, prediction fully activated, the weakness of Tang Tian's iron cavalry is exposed, wolf leg joints plus poisonous fog core. Master, the 10 waves of slaughter are reversed. Jiang Chen's iron wings roared with excitement, Master War God. Double attack. Tear through the Red Sea. Feng Chenfeng's sickle buzzed with a flash of gray eyes, speed attack, kill the striker instantly. Thousands of iron cavalry vanguards pressed forward with a boom, the rain of spears hissed like locust poison, green dot rotten stone sizzled, and the bowstrings squeaked to lock breasts. Tang Tian's live broadcast showed a twisted smile, Yi Chen military uniform cosplay. Thousands of people AoE crushing, iron blood plus 40% ignore the buff and explode your corpse. But the golden light of the god of war key explodes, buzz, the iron cavalry ID flashes, DD, and the internal chaos is 50%, the wolf's leg joints are frozen and, click, slows down by 80%, and the forward 50 cavalry kill each other and the health bar drops, minus 1000. Yi Chen's halberd's golden light clicked, and the Legion's AoE world-destroying Jinj had a range of 3,000 yards plus 80% light yellow, -150,000 10 chain critical hits, and instantly killed the first wave of 200, boom, corpses exploding into dust and smoke. Jiang Chen's thunder axe slashes in the air with, clang, 80,000, Feng Chen teleports and self-destructs the wind core, boom, 100,000 to tear off the right wing, Mu Shui's ice mist milk explosion plus 800 frozen bow array, crack, Shen Qingqing's S++ golden light lock weak, ding, 900 stabs the poisonous fog core. The chat channel was paralyzed, Yi Chen's military god form. 50% civil unrest among 1,000 people, the first wave killed 200 cavalry in seconds, and 2.15 million combat power crushed them. A passerby's legs went weak and screamed, God's team buff plus 80%, Tang Tian's cavalry collapsed. Tang Tian's cavalry collapsed. The giant wolf claw scraping the mud, Kaka, turned pale and roared, second wave. 3 layers of bow poison dot, spears piercing the army god. But Yi Chen sneered mentally, the probability of civil strife is superimposed, the morale is immortal, we are not injured, the energy is replenished to hold on. The second wave of iron cavalry surged, boom, but they slashed teammates, minus 1,200, Yi Chenji swept Jin Ji's critical chain, Huhu, -200, 000 *15, Jiang Chenfengchen's double clones attacked, swish, and instantly killed 300 cavalry, and Mu Xuanai pulled full blood, plus 1,000, Ice Nova S freezes the back row, Shen Qingqing predicts and shouts. The weak wolf joints focus fire, the third wave is pre-locked. Kill 3 waves in a row, the corpses are lying across the field, the blood mud, gulch, smells so high, the cavalry ID turns from green to red and flees in panic, ah. Mu Xue's white robe was entangled with golden light, and the fear in her eyes turned to Yi Chen's arms, which were trembling. 3 waves are cleared in seconds, the military god is invincible, and the milk volume keeps up with the energy. Shen Qingqing stood up with hot blood, waved her pink fists, and shouted in tears, the master's 10-wave plan is perfect, S++ is fully activated, and Tang Tian has a 100% chance of fighting in person. Tang Tian's live broadcast camera shook, and his grin split coldly. Khan, the 5th wave of elite Iron Guards, with a single combat power of 50,000, the poisonous spear ignores damage reduction. However, the dong-dong of the golden drum of the military god command was falsely shaken, and the elites were in civil unrest at 60%. Yi Chen merged with the wind and thunder army god's halberd, whisk, click, click, 250,000 AoE, and the 2 clones combined to explode the core, boom. Mu Shui and Shen Qingqing controlled the field with 0 leakage, and the 5th wave was wiped out. The whole server was hotly debated. Yi Qinchen's team slaughtered 5 waves of thousands of people in a row, the Tang Tian alliance suffered a disastrous defeat, and the military god Qi was lost. The 6th to 9th waves of iron cavalry surged like a boom, and the poisonous fog and green smoke hissed, blocking the sun and raining locusts. However, the god of war buff stacked plus 100%, and the probability of civil strife soared by 70%. Yi Chen's halberd shadow was like a dragon, whooshing, and the Jin Gu destruction chain killed him instantly without any damage. Jiang Chen's Thunder Wing Air Control -120,000/hit, Fengchen storms teleportation and self-destruction with a series of boom, tearing apart the formation, Mu Shui's Frost Domain freezing the whole audiences, crack, milk burst plus 1,200, Shen Qingqing's Tactical Halo Lock weak, ding ding, minus 1,200 per second. The pile of corpses was like a mountain, and a river of blood flowed across it. The smell of rust was pungent. The surviving cavalry fell to their knees with weak legs and the ID was defeated, spare your life. Military god Yi Chen, thousands of people will be destroyed. The chat channel turned from red to green, 9 waves of massacre. Tang Tian's 50,000 alliance collapsed, and Yi Chen is scheduled to win the first win in the warm-up match. Tang Tian's giant wolf pounces, ouch, the personal battle boss mode is activated, the combat power is 350,000, the panel flashes, the poison claw AoE, ZZ, has a range of 3,000 yards and slows down by 80%, and the giant wolf's health bar is 5 million iron-blooded buff protection. Body, the live broadcast roared, Yi Chen. I will blow you up with my own hands, Wolfsbane DOT has not unlocked 10 layers. Yi Chen's green eyes turned red and gold, and the game in his heart was like electricity, Tang Tian's weakness, the giant wolf's right wing pulse core, and his appearance changed to his nemesis. System, the weakness of the appearance is magically changed. The wolf bite hunting form, free of CD for 5 seconds, consumes 20 energy. The energy, hiss, is reduced by 20, the blue light, bang, explodes, the appearance becomes a slender wolf, the red blonde hair turns to black and silver wolf mane, whoosh, the red eyes turn to blood-red hunting pupils, the phantom wolf claw cloak of the shirt, buzz, the halberd turns into a wolf bite double claws, click, the charm stacks up to 200 hunting affinity. Panel, wolf devouring demon modification. Wolf weakness critical hit plus 500%, pulse core penetration 100%, speed plus 250%, AoE wolf howl control 90%. Tang Tian's pupils were split and the giant wolf roared in panic, wolf form. Weakness critical attack. Chen teleported and pounced at 250% speed, and the wolf's claw vein core tore, click, dash 300,000 5 chains, the giant wolf the broken right wing, squeaks, and the blood spurts, sizzling, Jiang Chen Fengchen's double clones attack and explode with a nuclear explosion, boom, minus 150,000. Mu Shui's frozen wing roots, click, and the milk is stable. Shen Qingqing's S++ pre-thorn, minus 1,500. Tang Tianlang lost 80% of the DD red alerts, and collapsed with a ferocious smile, it's impossible. 350,000 boss was defeated. Yi Chen's wolf howled, ouch, and controlled 90% of the field. In the end, the claw lock clicked, 500,000 first kills, and the giant wolf corpse exploded with boom, and golden light shot wildly. The system, ding ding, announced that the whole server was paralyzed, first victory in the national war preliminaries. Yi Qinchen's team slaughtered Tang Tian's 1,000-member alliance and killed boss Tang Tian for the first time. Exploded the War King flag, myth, Legion buff eternal plus 100%, server-wide command range 50,000 yards, combat power plus 1 million, fusion of magic modified military gods unlimited. Yi Chen's king flag was planted on the ground and buzzed the whole team of golden light shields, and their combat power soared to 3 million to dominate the list. Mu Shui knelt down in her white robe and trembled with tears. She worshipped the kiss flag, 3 million, the king of military god, all servers kneel. Shen Qingqing hugged his legs and danced wildly in pink robe, the great god defeated Xinhua for the first time, intelligence, Wang Qi controls 50,000, the alliance collapses. Jiang Chen Fengchen knelt down and yelled, the master is invincible. The whole server was hotly discussed, Yi Qinchen's team swept through thousands of people, Tang Tian's live broadcast was defeated miserably, Wang Qi myth 3 million, the king of the national war was born. The whole server chat exploded, Yi Chen, 2 million. The Wild King's instant kill talisman exploded, and the Tang Tian alliance suffered. But the thundercloud pressure was even lower, click, and the red sea of 50,000 people came, bang, in the distance. Tang Tian's live broadcast camera flashed, buzz, and the world was grinning, Yi Chen, the live broadcast is on. The alliance has a bloody battle, blast your corpse and grab the divine domain. Crisis black clouds swallow the sky, the 4 of them are backed by the wasteland, the wind and rain are bloody, and the depression is at its peak. But while the king's flag was pulsing, the system warned with a red flashing, DD, the high-level copy of the Dark Abyss is activated. The core conspiracy of the hidden god realm, the precursor of the source code AI's awakening, 12 keys must be gathered urgently, otherwise the real invasion countdown will be 72 hours. Yi Chen's blood-red wolf eyes were cold and sharp, the Red Sea receded in the wind, rain and blood mist, the crisis was reborn, and the black clouds pressed deeper. Mu Shui's white robe was tightly wrapped around her body, sweat rolled down her neck and cold, the golden light of the milk stick was dim and intermittent, her ice-blue eyes stared at the cracks in the black clouds in panic, her whisper was as broken as glass, Yi Chen, the dark abyss, the black mist at the entrance devours 0% of the field of vision, the internal trap DOT-2000 soul points per second. The illusion of the inner demon tests the intelligence below 95 and will collapse, our milk. Supply cannot keep up with the energy exhaustion, the probability of total annihilation is 99.9%. Chen Qingqing's pink robe was mottled with blood and mud, and her hot-blooded face was as white as snow. The S++ map shared a buzzing sound, and her pink fist pinched the bleeding threads and she gasped and trembled, "Great God! The intelligence is locked, the 12th floor of the abyss. The Shadow Demon King's boss has a combat power of 4 million plus a clone army of 50,000, the red-named spy is following, the black market of Tang Tian's remnant party is revenge, the live broadcast is restarted to warm up the national war, our reputation is zero." The cracks in Jiang Chen's giant thunder armor squeaked, expanded, and the self-healing green strips were only 5%. The iron wings folded and popped and roared hoarsely with blood in his throat. "Master, the black mist corrosion resistance is 150%, and it can only last for 30 seconds. Feng Chen's silver hair and sticky blood danced wildly, the gray and blue whirlpool in the wind eyes dimmed, and the body trembled slightly. The wind robe shattered. "Master, the speed is excellent. The potential is useless, the space distortion teleportation CD is locked. The pressure is like 10,000 pounds of black iron pressing against his chest." Yi Chen's wolf eyes scanned the cracks with blood red, and the electric light in his heart flashed. Wang Qi's command of 50,000 codes cannot suppress the AI source code, and the energy of 20 is too low to break through. But the appearance system pulses with golden light, and the Dark Lord template hides the abyss key, specializing in illusory traps. Tang Tian followed as a bait, suppressing the black mist to swallow him first, massacring the spies to create panic, then magically changing his dark form to unlock the mechanism, and merging with the ultimate reversal boss. Yi Chen's mouth turned coldly, the system interface dinged, and his brain exploded, black light rolled out from the appearance database, and his thoughts were like blades. System, magically change the form of the Dark Lord. Consume 15 energy to unlock the key to the abyss. The energy of the blue light's boom burst dropped to 5, Yi Chen's appearance is twisted and elongated, the black and silver wolf's mane turns into jet black long hair, whooshing and drifting like ink, the blood-red eyes turn into a purple abyss whirlpool, the wolf claw's cloak turns into a dark king's robe, buzzing, in the sinister wind, the halberd turns into a shadow sickle and spits out black light. The charm is stacked with darkness and affinity 280. The panel flashed wildly. Dark Lord magic transformation is activated. Team Shadow resistance plus 200%, illusion immunity 100%, trap transfer 90%, AoE range. Mu Shui's pupils shrank suddenly, her white robe trembled wildly in the dark wind, her milk stick nearly fell into the mud, her voice cracked and frantic. "Dark Lord. Affinity 280 immunity illusion, the abyss key mechanism self-destructs. Yi Chen, you are the Emperor of Shadows." Chen Qingqing's knees smashed into the mud, gurgling, her pink robe bulging with tears and tears, she shouted excitedly, S+++ interpretation. Lord's buff stack Chen Qingqing's tactics plus 150%, the 12th level of machine prediction is fully activated, the weakness of Tang Tian's spy is exposed, the master, the phantom slaughter live broadcast. Jiang Chen's iron wings spread out and thundered, and the shadows intertwined and roared, the master is dark. The two clones merged and attacked, swallowing the Red Sea. Feng Chen's shadow whirled, his gray and blue eyes burned with purple flames. In a flash, the spy will be destroyed. The fissures in the black cloud bang, spray black mist like an ink dragon swallowing the sky, the corrosion, sizzling, the stench of burning stone rushes into the brain. The thousands of red spies from Tang Tian's remnant party, bang bang, the iron boots press on, the shadow arrow, hisses, locks the milk deodisol rot minus 1500 per second, the live broadcast camera restarts, the red light sweeps the whole server. Tang Tian's virtual shadow smiles twisted and twisted, Yi Chen's black robe COS. The abyss swallows souls, the AoE of thousands of shadows ignores resistance, the intelligence locks your key, and the door is destroyed before the national war. But the purple light of the abyss key flashes, buzz, the spy ID flashes, DD, and the inner demon goes crazy by 80%, the black mist vein core freezes, caca, and self-destructs by 50%, and the forward by Ying's health bar drops like -2000. Yi Chen's shadow sickle waved with a click, and the Abyss AoE Netherworld Slash had a range of 5,000 yards plus 200% purple-black, -250,000 15 chain critical hits, and instantly killed the first wave of 500 spies with a boom shadow explosion filled with ink smoke. The chat channel exploded, Dark Lord Yi Chen. Thousands of spies have 80% of their inner demons, the first wave kills 500 in seconds, and 3.5 million combat power crushes the abyss. A passerby watched from a distance, his legs weak and his knees stuck in the black mud. The god team's shadow resistance is 200%, Tang Tian's remnant party collapses. Shen Qingqing's S++ golden light lock vein, ding, -1800 stinging mist cores, Mu Shuiying's ice cream burst plus 1500 freeze shadow formation, crack, Jiang Chen's thunder shadow axe crazy slashing, king, -100,000, Feng Chen's instant shadow self-destruction ghost core, boom, -120,000 tearing off the right wing. After clearing 3 waves in a row, the shadow corpses piled up on the mountain and the ink river gurgled with a pungent rotten smell. The surviving detective's soul trembled and he knelt down with his ID wiped out in ashes. Spare my life, best actor Yi Chen, kneel down in the abyss. The team rushed into the rift, the black mist swallowed 0% of the field of vision and, squeaked, the rotting wind cut like a knife and cut the skin, squeaking, Shen Qingqing's pink robe was stained with blood and gritted her teeth, the first mechanism. The blood sacrifice array is activated, the soul value DOT stacks 5 times, 3000 per second. The stone door, bang, and the trap exploded, the blood spines, pop, pierced the air red, but the purple light of the Lord Key transferred 90%, the spines self-destructed and, clicked, to eat back the wall. Mushua's milk stick trembled in admiration, the mechanism is ineffective. The affinity with the great god is too strong. The second level of illusion came, and the phantoms of the inner demons buzzed like a flood. Mushua screamed when she saw her own corpse exploded, and her legs weakened. Shen Qingqing panted, climbed up, waved her pink fists, and shouted in tears, S++ cracked. The third level of Space Maze, Transfer Trap Lock Teleport CD, Boss Precursor Shadow Clone Warm-Up. The maze wall buzzed and the rotating black shadow hit the face, the rotten claw grabbed the air, crack, Lord Yi Chen's robe of wind protection led the team to shuttle, energy recharged 10 points, mind game, 12 layers of suppression, the heart of the Shadow Devil's weak core, the appearance is fully integrated into the ultimate nemesis. After 9 floors, the trap exploded with blood, the soul fire burned the body with sizzling heat, the ghosts howled and confused the gods with, oh, and the brain roared. The team's health bar saw Mushua's milk burst plus 2000 and was in danger of collapse. Shen Qingqing predicted and shouted, the 10th floor. Shadow Demon King's Palace, the boss is summoned. The blood river in the windy and foggy wasteland dried up into mud, and the stench was pungent. The golden light of the War King's flag pulsed, buzzing, like a suppressed heartbeat. The black clouds hung low and the bang thunder was faint. The system red alert DD exploded in the mind, the high-level copy of Dark Abyss is forced to open. Source code AI is a precursor to Awakening, 12 keys countdown 1 hour and 59 minutes. The entrance to the twisted space is 100%, and the death penalty is 0. The chat channel of the whole server is paralyzed and turned black. The dark clouds are overtaking the myth of King Yi Chen. The Dark Abyss S++ Forbidden Land, the AI wakes up and invades the real world. Mu Shue's white-robed shadow lost its health bar and fell to the ground in panic, the army of 50,000. The milk volume collapsed, and the inner demon DOT has no solution. Shen Qingqing S++ red alert knelt down in tears with passion, great God. The avatar's hatred is locked, the weakness of the core heart is hidden, and the tactics are completely destroyed. Jiang Chen and Feng Chen's avatar's shield shattered and roared, unable to hold on, the black wave overwhelmed the sky, and Yi Chen's abyssal eyes were cold, the ultimate moment. System, full appearance fusion magic transformation. God of Thunder plus God of War Commander plus Thunder Assassin plus Wind Attribute plus God of War plus Wolf Bite plus Dark Lord, the Ultimate Emperor of the Origin Realm form. Full energy consumption plus unlimited King Flag, no CD activation. The black light of golden purple thunder burst into the sky with a boom boom boom. After the energy is cleared, the King's Flag recharges 150, and the appearance is the ultimate fusion. The body is sacred and majestic, and the black gold robe buzzes. The red gold wolf's hair is intertwined with thunder and wind, whooshing. The multi-eyed vortex is full of 7 colors. The Source World Emperor's halberd, shadow, and sickle is fused with clicking, and the charm 999 dominates the entire server. Panel paralysis, Emperor of the Source Realm is activated. Resistance of all systems is 300%. Legion buff plus 300%, Inner Demon Backlash is 200%, AoE Unlimited Range, the Ultimate Key, Source Realm Judgment, Boss Clone Implosion 100%, Core Penetration 1000%, Combat Power exceeds 5 million. The Shadow Demon King's purple heart split open and he roared in panic, Ultimate Fusion. Source World. Mu Shue's pupils exploded and her white robes trembled wildly with tears in her eyes. 5 million emperors. 300% for the whole system, we are immortal. Shen Qingqing's knees softened in worship and her pink robes danced wildly and roared, S++++. The Emperor's buff tactics plus 300%, the Shadow Army's weaknesses are all locked, Tang Tian's sneak attack is useless. Jiang Chen Fengchen kneeling Shadow Thunder wings unfolded excitedly, Master Source Realm. Pincer attack and destroy the world. Yi Chen waved his imperial halberd with a whisper and click, the ultimate AoE, Source Realm Judgment, unlimited purple and gold thunder shadows in the audience, -500,000*50 chain locks imploded, the clone army self-destructed, bang, the black wave disappeared, the core of the Shadow Demon King penetrated, hiss, -1 million first kills, the corpse exploded, bang, golden light poured out. System, ding ding ding, announcements across the server exploded, first kill of Dark Abyss Shadow Demon King SS+++. Yi Chen exploded the Key of the Abyss, myth, 12 keys to open the gate to the world, AI source code control plus full server control of 100,000 codes, combat power plus 2 million, fusion ultimate unlimited. Yi Chen's Key of the Abyss inserted into the buzzing, purple gold cover team, and its combat power surged to 5 million to dominate the list. The intelligence unlocked flashed in my mind, the system is an alien AI experiment of a game company, and the source code can intrude into reality to prevent 12 keys from being collected within 72 hours. Mu Shui kissed the key and her white robe trembled in admiration, 5 million emperors of the source world, alien AI. Let's make gods. Shen Qingqing hugged her legs with blood and shouted in tears, the great god's intelligence is fully opened, Tang Tian is following and attacking. The heartbeat of the black stone in the Grand Palace, Dong Dong, the Shadow Demon King stands in the center with a combat power of 4 million panels flashing, the dark body pulsates with a purple heart, buzzing, summoning a clone army of 50,000, bang, like a black wave, the Shadow Claw AoE range slows down by 90%. And the inner demon deity has no unwinding ability layer 20, 5,000 per second. With a total health bar of 100 million, the Iron Shadow buff protects the body, and the low ghost roar shakes. The soul, invader. The abyss swallows it, the legion destroys the king's flag of the god realm. The live broadcast paralyzed the entire server, and Tang Tian's remnant party's phantom smiled ferociously, the shadow demon defeated the army god, and 50,000 clones crushed Yi Chen. Outside the hall, Tang Tian resurrected the remnants of the Red Sea and pressed forward with a boom of tens of thousands of people. The giant wolf summoned the poisonous claws again, Aowu, but the emperor controlled 100,000 yards of gold and purple, and the red name civil strife was 100% fratricidal, -3,000. Yi Chen's halberd shadow swiped, to clear the field with 800,000 AoE. Tang Tian's face was ashen and the live broadcast collapsed, impossible, the key to the abyss. The announcement of total destruction exploded again, and the team's strength became invincible. The golden sun was dazzling like 10,000 swords piercing the clouds, and the dome of the arena roared. The blood-mud wasteland teleported and was replaced by tens of thousands of spectators. The arena rose with a boom, and the system-wide competition interface, ding ding, flashed red gold. The preliminaries for the Throne of God's domain have begun. 128 groups of melee, the winner is promoted to fight for 12 keys, and the source code AI invasion countdown is 71 hours. Chen's team vs Iron Blood Alliance, Wind Blade Sanren Group, Tang Tian's Remnant Party Team. The whole server chat exploded with, Didi, Chen killed 5 million Source Realm Emperors for the first time in the preliminaries, Tang Tian's revenge turned thousands of people into hundreds, and rumors of S++ cheats were flying everywhere. The arena was full of wind and sand, and the Iron-Blooded Alliance tank shield, Song Kong, smashed to the ground and laughed and twisted. Chen cosplays the Emperor. It's just luck, we have 350,000 iron-blooded AoEs, and the shadow resistance is only 50% against you. The gold edge of Mushua's white robe was glistening in the sun. Sweat rolled down her neck. Her knuckles turned white as she clenched her milk cane. Her icy blue eyes panicked as she scanned the sea of thousands of famous people. She whispered as tremblingly as a candle in the wind, Chen. The rules of the preliminaries melee, hatred and non-locking AoE are all over the place, iron-blooded. The tank controlled the field with 350,000 plus wind blade assassins DOT stack kill, and the milk volume of 1,500 per second could not keep up with the total destruction of 99%. Shen Qingqing's pink robe was stained with yellow sand and dust, and her face turned pale, and the S+++ map shared, buzzing, with blood red and crazy jumps, and her pink fist crushed her wrist guard. Panting, Great God! Intelligence suppression, Tang Tian's 100-man team hid the plug-in boss, and teamed up with the iron-blooded Wind Blade to attack in the preliminaries. 8 of us have been locked by 12 key intelligence, and all 10 of the ultimate source world gates need to be opened. Jiang Chen's giant thunder armor squeaked, the cracks were only 10% self-healing, and Iron Wing lowered his head and roared hoarsely, Master, the defense of the tank shield wall is 80%, and the thunder shadow cannot break it. Feng Chen's silver hair danced wildly, his eyes were gray and blue, and his body shook slightly. Teleport CD lock 50%, Assassin's Wind Core self-destructs to increase speed. The pressure is like volcanic lava smoldering the chest, and passers-by and players in the spectator stand scream and kneel on the sand with weak legs. Chen's team is weak. After the abyss, the energy is exhausted, and the Tang Tian alliance will be slaughtered. Tang Tian's shadow appears with a sinister smile and the live camera shoots red light. Chen, the abyss is lucky, hundreds of people are iron-blooded in the preliminaries pincer attack, plug-in pulse wave ignores resistance, hand over the key to the national war, I am the king. Chen Yuan's world eyes flashed with cold lightning, and his mind was like a thunderous game, suppress the preliminaries, suppress the melee massacre first, adapt the magic to each team's appearance nemesis, integrate the infinite clones of the source world to cooperate, and the combat power surges to 7 million to dominate the entire field. The system, ding, exploded with a cold mouth, and the colorful whirlpool of the appearance database rolled, system, magically transform into the form of the iron-blooded nemesis. Fusion of God of War Commander plus God of War, energy consumption of 20 to unlock the Iron Blood Royal Key. The black gold robe boomed, turned to the red gold armor, buzzing, thunder pulsed, the red gold wolf hair danced wildly, whoosh, multiple eyes locked on the tank's weakness, the Emperor's halberd golden light swallowed charm and stacked Iron Blood affinity 350. The panel flashed, Iron-Blooded God of War activates. Defense destruction 200%, tank control backlash 150%, AoE shield shattering 100%, exclusive key, Iron-Blooded collapse, enemy shield self-destruction 80%, hatred rampage 70%, Iron Heart legend. The combat power instantly increased by 5.5 million, the smell of rust and blood in the sand and dust hit your nostrils, and the dong-dong sound of the war drum shook the soul. Mu Shue's pupils shrank suddenly, her white robe trembled wildly, her milk stick nearly fell into the sand, her voice cracked and frantic, iron-blooded god of war. The Affinity 350 counterattacked the tank, and the shield was 100% broken. Chen, you are the Emperor of Domination. Shen Qingqing's knees smashed into the sand, Gucci, and her fans burst into tears. The bulging robes roared excitedly, S+++++ interpretation. The God of War buff stack Shen Qingqing's tactics plus 200%, the Iron Blood weak point pulse core is fully locked, Tang Tian's plugin is exposed, the pulse CD is long. Jiang Qintiei unfolded, crack, thunder shadow roared excitedly, Master Iron Blood. Two clones merge shields to attack and destroy the Red Sea. Fengchen Shadow's sickle whirled, buzzing, and his gray-blue eyes burned with golden flames, instant shield attack, smash the tank. The Iron Blood Alliance tank shield, bang, pressed against the AoE Iron Wave, sizzling, and burned the skin and slowed down by 90%, Wind Blade Assassin's Shadow Arrow Deotilocks Mushiwa at -2000 per second, but the golden light of the God of War key explodes, buzzing, the tank ID flashes with hatred at 70%, and the shield self-destructs at 80% with a click, iron filing spatter, and the health bar drops, -3000. Chen's Imperial Halberd, clicked, the iron-blooded AoE, Collapse of Dominance, had a range of 10,000 yards plus 200% golden red, -400,000 20 chain critical hits, and the iron-blooded 50 tanks were instantly slaughtered with the bang, shield explosion, and the gurgling iron river had a pungent smell of rust. The chat channel was paralyzed, Chen, iron-blooded god of war. The tank shield was broken by 80%, the first wave killed 50 iron-blooded in seconds, and the combat power of 5.5 million crushed the preliminaries. Passers-by watched the battle with weak legs and worshipped and screamed, the gods' team has 200% defense, and the iron-blooded collapsed. Shen Qingqing S++++ Golden Light Lock Vein, Ding, 2500 Thorn Shield Cores, Mushua Iron Blood Milk Explosion plus 2500 Frozen Iron Formation, Kaka, Jiang Chen's Thunder Shadow Axe Slashing, Keng, 150,000, Feng Chen's Instant Shield Self-Destructing Iron Core, Boom, 180,000 to tear off the assassin's wings. Lian Qingfeng Blade dispersed the group, stabbed the corpses on the mountain, and the dust whooshed and the blood mist filled the air. The surviving IDs were wiped out and knelt in the sand, and their souls trembled, spare your life. Chen, god of war, kneel down in the preliminaries. The first victory in the group stage, the system, Ding, and the golden light of the battle prophet poured out, Wang Qi's fusion of the key of the abyss restored the energy to 150, and the combat power exceeded 6 million. In the second Wind Blade team, the assassin's wind core hissed and killed instantly, laughing sarcastically, 300% speed has no solution, the source world is useless. Chen's mind changed, magic modified Wind Blade Nemesis. Fusion of Wind Attribute plus Thunder Assassin, Energy 15 unlocks the Wind Blade instant kill key. The slender body turned into a wind robe, silver hair, whooshing, wind and thunder intertwined, multi-eyed vortex speedlocking core, the combat power of 6.5 million storm amulet pulsating, buzzing. Mu Shue's white robe hugged Chen's arm in the wind and whispered with tears, the wind god form, invincible charm, all my inner demons are broken. Shen Qingqing clenched her pink fists and got close with hot blood, great god buff plus 250%, tactical prediction and instant kill. Feng Chen and Jiang Chen knelt down and roared together to attack, a wave of wind core AoE, boom, self-destruction chain seconds, corpse explosion sandstorm bloody sky. In the third preliminaries, 100 members of Tang Tian's remnant party pressed forward with their red iron boots, booming, the giant wolf mounts poisonous claws, within range, and hidden plug-in players pulse boss combat power of 450,000 red light flashed. Tang Tian's live broadcast showed a sinister smile and distorted his face ashen, Chen. Lucky in the abyss, there is no CD for the 100-man alliance plug-in pulse, the DOT stack kill milk volume is broken, 8 key information has been locked for you, the ultimate source gate requires 10, our alliance wins the national battle to become a god. The plug-in pulse, buzz, ignores the resistance every time. -4,000 soul rot in seconds, the wolves bite, and the smell of bloody flesh is astounding. Thousands of people watching the battle hold their breath and their legs weaken. Tang Tian's plugin takes revenge. Yi Chen's team has been exhausted for 3 games and will be destroyed. Mu Shue's health bar saw, her white robes were covered in poisonous mist, she was screaming and her legs were weak. Ground, there is no solution to the pulse. I can't keep up with my breasts. Shen Qingqing's pink robe was stained with blood and she burst into tears, kneeling on the sand, S+++++ red alert. The plug-in CD is locked, the wolf boss poisonous claws control the field, and Tang Tiantong's buff suppresses us and destroys us all. Tang Tian revealed a vicious smile and deepened his smile. Yi Chen, regret it. I'm lucky in the abyss, the cheat will crush you in the preliminaries, the key is mine. But Yi Chen's eyes flashed with purple gold, and he sneered in his heart, the ultimate moment. System, fully integrated magic transformation. Tang Tian's nemesis. Emperor of the Source World plus Wolf Bite plus Unlimited Military God, full energy consumption plus Royal Flag recharge. Colorful thunder and black golden light rushed to the dome with a boom boom boom, the black gold robe turned into the Wolf Emperor's battle robe, buzzing, poisonous wind, the red gold wolf hair, whooshing, blood-devouring, multi-eyed lock plug-in core, the Emperor's halberd and wolf claws merged with, click, poisonous light swallowing, charm 999 dominates the field. Panel paralysis, Wolf Emperor origin realm activated. Poison resistance 400%, plug-in pulse backlash 250%, wolf pack rampage 200%, ultimate key, Syrian Wolf Emperor, boss autophagy 100%, control collapse 150%, combat power exceeded 7 million. The blood of the wolf on the battlefield stinks like the sea, and the ghost's ouch brain noise shakes the soul. Tang Tian's pupils exploded and his face turned pale. He knelt on the sand and collapsed during the live broadcast, shouting in despair, Wolf Emperor Source Realm. Combat power, 7 million, poison resistance 400, counterattack plug-in. Impossible, my plug-in pulse CD is locked, autophagy. Mu Shui burst into tears and her white robe trembled and hugged. Yi Chen kissed his waist warmly and whispered in admiration, 7 million Wolf Emperors. The invincible ruler, I will always fight with you. Shen Qingqing's knees softly worshipped her in a pink robe that stuck to her legs, roaring with blood and tears, hugging her thighs tightly, S++++++. The Emperor's buff tactics plus 350%, outside all weaknesses are locked, and Tang Tian's control is 100% broken. Jiang Chen Fengchen knelt down and spread his wolf wings and roared excitedly, Master Wolf Emperor. The triple clone attack will destroy Tang Tian. Yi Chen swung the Wolf Emperor halberd, and the heaven-eating AoE, Wolf Emperor eats the heaven, came to the audience. Infinite poison gold thunder shadow, -700,000 30 chain autophagy, plug-in boss pulse backlash, his, -1.5 million implosion, wolves went berserk and tore the master, puff, -500,000, Tang Tian's hundreds of people killed each other in the Red Sea, -5,000, and the health bar was wiped out. Tang Tian's giant wolf mount self-devoured, oh, and the corpse exploded and the poisonous river gurgled. His face was twisted in despair, crawling on the sand, blood and tears were mixed with regret, and howled, Yi Chen. I was wrong. The plug-in bought out the family property, the oath was empty talk, 8 key information wrong, you are in the 8th place in the abyss, and all 10 of the ultimate source realm gates are activated to defend against AI invasion. Spare your life, I will retreat from the national war. But the Wolf Emperor swiped, hoo-hoo, 1 million AoE cleared the field, and Tang Tian's ID was wiped out and the announcement exploded, Tang Tian's team was eliminated in the preliminaries. Yi Chen exploded the Key of Wolf Devour, myth, 9th, poison resistance plus 300%, boss autophagy 150%, combat power plus 1 million. Thousands of passers-by in the audience paid their respects. Kneeling on the sand, he smashed his head into the bloody mud and screamed, Yi Chen is the 7 million Wolf Emperor. Tang Tian's plug-in is defeated by autophagy, 9-key myth, and he is a god in the preliminaries. The chat was paralyzed and the screen was refreshed. Tang Tian regretted kneeling down and crying. Chen ruled the whole server. In the pulse of the Black Palace, the notice of the all-server competition dinged. The battle for the throne of God's domain has begun. The top guilds in all servers plus individual people compete for 12 keys. Tang Tian vows, Chen will win the key, and I will win the national war throne. Tang Tian. Chen Yuan's worldly eyes were sharp, the black clouds dispersed, the golden sun broke, and new crises came like a tide. The golden light of Ding Ding, the system's loot, pours out violently. The fusion energy of Abyss plus Wolf Bite key is unlimited, and the combat power is locked to 7 million to dominate the list. Mu Shui's white robe hugged Yi Chen's chest and kissed her lips with tears and whispered, "Emperor, your charm melts my heart, milking you for eternity." Shen Qingqing's pink robe hugged her waist tightly and shouted in tears. The intelligence of the master confirmed that the ultimate copy of the source world door requires 10 keys, and the AI alien source code invades the reality within 72 hours. We have 9. The team swept 4 games in the group stage and went straight to the finals. The spectators were full of worshippers. Emperor Yi Chen. Throne of the Source World. Thunder roared from the dome of Jinyang Arena, the king's flag of the finals crackled, the blood-sand wasteland was instantly replaced by the stone-brick pavement of the imperial fortress, and the tens of thousands of people watching the battle stage buzzed, with energy pulsing like a heartbeat. System-wide server announcement, ding ding, the gold and red flashed wildly. The final of the Throne of God's domain has begun. Yi Chen's team vs the Sky Empire Legion, average combat power of 800,000 divine equipment plus control buff, the source code AI invasion countdown is 70 hours. The winner collects all 10 keys, the gate to the open world, the throne of the gods. The chat channel, Didi, was paralyzed and the screen was, the second guild of the Sky Empire server, the thousands-man divine armored army AoE is overwhelming. Yi Chen is lucky to have exhausted 7 million in the preliminaries. Kneel down. The passerby's legs were weak and he knelt on the sand and screamed. The smell of sweat and blood hit his nose. The spectator ID flashed and worshipped him. The defense of Sky Tank Aegis is 90%, the Mage Pulse has no CD, no matter how strong Yi Chen Wolf Emperor is, he will be completely destroyed. The iron boots of the Sky Empire Legion pressed down with a bang, the golden armor of the thousand-man formation collided with a ding, the forward shield wall of the tank hit the ground with a clang, and stirred up waves of sand. The pulse crystal column in the back row of the mage buzzed, with red light and charged up. The shadow of the remnants of Tang Tian's Dark Link plugin sneaked into the red name and flashed. The hidden boss pulse wave hissed, ignored resistance and caused -5,000 soul rot per second, and the wolf's poisonous claws, awed, to control the field within a range. The guild leader's Sky Overlord ID's golden light smiled twistedly, and the giant axe hit the ground with a boom that shocked the soul. Yi Chen's luck in the abyss, just slaughtering the remnant party of Tang Dynasty in the preliminaries. The control buff of our Sky Vault divine equipment is plus 200%, and the pulse AoE milk lock is -8,000 per second. Wolf Cavalry DOT kills each other, 800,000 average combat power crushes you with 7 million puffs. Mushue's white robe with golden edges rolled down her neck with sweat rolling down her ice-blue eyes as she scanned a sea of thousands of troops in panic. Her knuckles turned white as she clenched her cane and whispered, "Yi Chen, there is no locked melee in the final rules. The Shield of the Sky has 90% defense plus no CD, the remnants of the plugin have sneaked into attack and the milk volume has collapsed by 99%. We have 9 of the 10 keys to the Source Realm Gate. They join forces to snatch it." Shen Qingqing's pink robe is stained with blood and dust, and her face is pale with blood. S++++++ map sharing, buzzing, blood red jumping madly, pink fists crushing wrist guards and gasping, "Great God!" Sky Dome tactical suppression, tanks control the 800,000 shield wall, Mage Pulse DOT stack plus Wolf Rider speed control, plug-in boss inner demon backlash lock, prejudgment to annihilate. The cracks in Jiang Chen's giant thunder armor, squeak, only expanded by 5% and healed themselves. Iron Wings lowered their hands and roared hoarsely, "Master, the shield of the sky is only 30% resistant to breakage, and the Thunder Shadow's armor penetration can't keep up." Feng Chen's silver hair danced in the wind. His eyes were gray and blue, and his figure was shaking slightly. "Teleport CD pressure is 50%, pulse speedless core self-destruction is useless." The pressure was like a hammer hitting the chest, and passers-by players in the viewing platform smashed their knees into the sand and worshipped with "dong dong," screaming in despair, "Yi Chen's team is weak. The sky is full of thousands of people, and Tang Tian's plug-in is resurrected for revenge, and he will be the first in the server." The red light of Tang Tian's remnant soul projection live broadcast camera appeared, and his face was livid and twisted. "Yi Chen, the preliminaries were lucky. I secretly contacted the Tian Qiong plug-in army, the pulse CD broke infinite, the 9 key information is wrong, your ultimate source world gate cannot be opened, the AI invades the consciousness and controls the whole server, I am the king." Yi Chen's Wolf Emperor eyes flashed with purple gold, and his thoughts were like a game in the abyss. In the desperate situation of the finals, first suppress the encirclement and killing of thousands of people, transform the whole system of Nemesis into anti-cheat form, integrate the infinite clones of the source world plus detection key, and have a combat power of over 10 million to rule the throne. The system exploded with a ding at the corner of his mouth, and the colorful vortex of the appearance library boomed wildly. System, full fusion of magic modification and anti-hacking form. Source Realm Emperor plus Detection Ghost plus Infinite Pulse Nemesis, full energy consumption plus King Flag Fusion 9 key recharge. Black Gold Wolf. The robe buzzed with thunder and turned into a dark purple detection robe, whooshed in the dark wind. The red gold wolf's magical silver hair hissed, multiple eyes locked on the core of the plug-in plus the weak core of the sky. The Emperor's halberd's ghostly light breathed out, the charm stacked at 999 plus detection affinity 500. The panel flashed, anti-cheat Ghost Emperor is activated. Cheat detection 200%, pulse backlash 300%, shield penetration 250%, Wolf Rider Rampage 150%, exclusive key, Ghost detection key, myth, number 10. All plugins are locked 100%, the boss self-destructs 200%, the control collapses 250%, and the combat power exceeds 10 million. The blood mist on the battlefield is stinking like a tide, the ghost wind wows, and the brain is shaking, and the energy is unlimited to lock the entire audience. Mu Shui's pupils suddenly shrunk, her white robe trembled wildly, her stick popped, and the sound of falling sand shattered. She rushed towards Yi Chen's arms with tears rolling down her cheeks. "Ghost Emperor. Detect Affinity 500 Backlash plug-in, the shield penetrated 250%. Yi Chen, you are the Ghost Emperor of the Origin Realm, ruling eternity." Shen Qingqing's knees smashed into the sand, Guji, and tears burst into tears. The bulging robes roared excitedly and hugged his thighs tightly. S+++++++ interpretation. The Emperor's buff is stacked and Shen Qingqing's tactics are plus 400%, the sky's core is fully locked, and Tang Tian's plug-in is exposed, the illusion of infinite CD, the weakness of the inner demon source code. Jiang Chentie spread out and snapped. Thunder Shadow Lang Rong knelt down and shouted excitedly, "Master you spirit. Quadruple clone detection lock attack, destroy the divine army." Fengchen Shadow's sickle buzzed, with gray and blue eyes burning with purple flames, instant detection combined attack, shattering pulse. The Sky Tank's shield boomed and pressed the AoE Iron Wave, ZZ, to burn the skin and slow down by 95%, and the Mage's pulse buzzed, without CD lock Mushua -6000 per second. The remnant party's Wolf Rider goos and bites the bloody flesh with a smell that is tangy, but the ghost key explodes with purple light and hisses. The plug-in ID is fully locked and 100% of the red name appears, the pulse backfires 300%, click, and the crystal column self-shatters, -5000. The Aegis breaks through 250% of the iron filings and spatters and the health bar loses, -4000. Yi Chen's Imperial Halberd clicked. The Ghost Detection AoE Source World Bite had an unlimited range of plus 300% Purple Gold Shadow Lock, minus 1 million asterisk 50 Chain Lock critical hit, instantly slaughtered 500 tank mage in the sky, boom, shield explosion, the god's blood river murmured, the rusty purple mist was pungent. The chat channel was paralyzed, Yi Chen Ghost Emperor 10 million. The plug-in fully locked and self-destructed, the shield penetrated 250%, and the finals killed 500 sky domes in seconds, and the combat power was beyond the limit. Passers-by watched the battle with their legs weak and bowed and screamed, the Ghost Emperor is invincible in detection, the sky dome collapses. Shen Qingqing S+++++++ Golden Light Lock Vein, Ding, dash 4000 Shield Core, Mu Shui Ghost Milk Explosion plus 4000 Freeze Shadow Formation, Kaka, Jiang Chen's Thunder Shadow Axe Crazy Slash, King, dash 250,000, Feng Chen's Instant Detection Self-Exploding Pulse Core, Boom, dash 300,000 Wolf Tearing Wings. The remnant party of Lianqing plug-in is in the Red Sea, piles of corpses, landslides, and sand dust, whoosh, purple blood mist fills the air, the surviving Sky ID is wiped out and kneels in the sand, and the soul trembles, spare my life. Yi Chen Yu Huang, kneel down in the finals. The boss pulse of Tang Tian's remnant party self-destructed, hissing, 2 million implosion. His projected face was distorted in despair, crawling on the sand, mixed with blood and tears, and knelt down crying, Yi Chen. I was wrong. The plug-in bought out the Family Property Alliance Sky, and the oath to rule was empty talk, the 9 key information was wrong, your 10th game of ghost detection opens the door to the world. The conspiracy is exposed, the AI source code is not a bug, it is an invasion of alien consciousness, controlling the player's brain for real-life enslavement, all guilds in the server secretly sell keys in exchange for immunity, I am Tang Tian's first offender. Spare me, the live broadcast will be made public. Yi Chen's Ghost Halberd swiped, hoo 1.5 million AoE was cleared, and Tang Tian's ID was wiped out. The system announced, in the finals, Tu Tianxiong plus Tang Tian's plugins are all wiped out. Yi Chen exploded the key to ghost detection, myth, 10th, plugin lock 100%. Pulse backlash 300%, combat power plus 3 million. Thousands of people in the audience knelt on the ground and smashed their heads with blood bricks to worship and screamed, Yi Chen, 10 million ghost emperors. Tang Tian knelt down and cried to expose the AI conspiracy, open the 10-key myth, and seal the throne of gods. Yi Chen's heartfelt live broadcast was fully turned on with a buzzing camera that scanned the entire server, and his voice was cold and thunderous, all servers obey orders. Tang Tian's plugin self-explosion confirmed that the AI source code invaded non-game bugs, alien consciousness wants to control the player's brainwaves and enslave them in reality, and the Sky Guild secretly sold the keys. All 10 keys to the source world gate have been collected, and I, Yi Chen, will launch a defensive battle alone. Join my Legion buff plus 500% forever. The chat was paralyzed and the public was furious, AI controls the brain. Tang Tian's traitors are all wiped out. Yi Chen, the Emperor's savior, the Legion kneels down. The guild's application, ding ding, was loudly heard, and thousands of people's IDs turned to green to worship, and the reputation of Savior of God's Domain has a charm of plus 999 to dominate the whole server. System victory, ding ding ding, golden purple light pours like rain, Wang Qi integrates 10 key energy infinite locks, the combat power is stable at 10 million, the resistance of the whole system is 500%, the Legion buff is plus 500%, the plugin backlash is 400%, the Abyss plus Wolf Bite plus Ghost are all integrated into the ultimate source world Emperor. Muxue hugged Yi Chen's chest tightly in her white robe and kissed her lips with tears and murmured wildly, Yu Huang, your detection melts my soul, and you can become a god and follow you forever. AI invades and I will protect you. Shen Qingqing, in her pink robe, hugged her waist tightly with blood and cried in tears, all the information from the great god has been confirmed, all 10 keys have opened the door to the world, and AI is guarding it. The Guardians' combat power is estimated to be 20 million, and the team plans to lock the weak points. Jiang Chen Fengchen knelt down and spread his wings and shouted excitedly, Master Source Realm. The Infinite Clone Army is on standby, slaughter AI. The crowd on the viewing platform knelt down and said, Emperor Yi Chen. The thunderous notification on the final dome rang, the finals of the Throne of Gods are about to begin. Yi Chen's team vs the top Sky Empire Guild, with an average combat strength of 800,000 divine armored legions. Tang Tian secretly cooperates with the plug-in remnants to sneak into the pulse sneak attack. Yi Chen's Wolf Emperor glanced at the shadows with cold eyes. The new crisis was as poisonous as a blade, and the gate to the source world was pulsing to open. In the aftermath of the war, the dust in the arena gradually subsided, and the afterglow of the golden sun reflected the bloody bricks. Thousands of people were kneeling and kowtowed. The system dinged private messages. The remaining parties of the Sky Empire surrendered. Overlord ID, Yi Chen Yu Huang, the guild has been merged and the buffs are fully activated. Detection speed core sharing. Yi Chen's Ghost Emperor's robe lightly waved, and he checked the trophies in his mind. The divine costume fragment, ding ding, automatically fuses the shadow cloak plus ghost shirt, anti-breakthrough plus 300%, detection range of the whole map, pulse crystal core legend, backlash CD0, wolf riding poison bead myth, DOT reincarnation milk plus 500%, stable combat power of 10 million energy 150 unlimited. The king's flag was placed on the ground and the buzzing aura of the army spread, and the golden light of Mushua's milk stick shone on the team's health bar. The white robe was close to the body and whispered with hot breath, Emperor. The final slaying of the god army, your charm has shattered my inner demons, and I will never regret it. Shenqing clear pink robe wipes away tears and gets up with blood. S+++++++ map update, Great God, Source World Gate Intelligence, Source Code Core of AI Guardians Weakness, Prejudgment Tactics, 4 Clone Flanking Attack plus Full Server Legion AoE, Winning Rate 99%. Passers-by players gathered around to worship Dong Dong and smashed their knees, screaming and contorting their faces with envy. Yi Chen opened all 10 keys. The myth of ghost detection, all plugins self-destructed. Tang Tian cried on his knees and exposed the AI brain control conspiracy. The first dominating buff in the whole server F plus 500%, the fragments of the divine armor can be melted easily, and you will be jealous. A Sanren player with a gray and dim legs crawled closer, his voice trembled with jealousy. Great God, your combat power of 10 million can crush the sky of 800,000, and your charm is 999. 1 June, my liver emperor only has 200,000 equipment in half a year, please lead me to the abyss. Yi Chen glanced at it, and the Wang banner buff was automatically added to the legion. Ding, the green name flashed, and the individual panel jumped wildly, combat power plus 100%, and cried in tears, Yu Huang Grace. Light yellow plus 500% eternal, the savior of the divine realm. The public in the whole server turned to worship, and the live broadcast of Didi was played hundreds of millions of times. The screen was filled with the autophagy of Tang Tian's plug-in, and the players roared, the traitors are destroyed, and Yi Chen's army is fighting against AI. Under the soothing sunshine, Yi Chen's team gathered around the king's flag. Jiang Chen's thunder axe wiped the clang, and the rusty smell faded away. Feng Chen's silver hair was combed and the breeze blew softly. Mu Shui kissed her cheeks fragrantly and her nose was filled with sweat. Shen Qingqing warmed his blood and divided the war powder into fists and held the crystal core in excitement. Emperor, the ghost key merges with the king's flag, and the gate to the source world opens. After the start, the AI guardians must kneel down, and the army has 50,000 people with a total combat strength of over 100 million. The sense of accomplishment surged into his chest. Yi Chenyuan's eyes closed slightly. The world changed because of him. From the loser in Novice Village to the Yu Huang of the whole server, 10 keys were in hand, the conspiracy was solved, all the treasures of reputation, status were collected in the aftermath, and the throne of Weiyuan realm was waiting to be sealed. The dome of Jinyang Arena completely collapsed with a rumbling, the purple-black vortex swallowed the thunder clouds like the giant mouth of a giant beast. Gulu, the golden and purple door of the source world opened with a click-click, and the giant shadow of the AI guardian in the blood mist. Ouch! The mechanical roar shattered the eardrums of thousands of people, and the red eyes were like melting the lava, sizzling, boiled and scanned the entire field. The smell of hot metal corrosion hit the nostrils, and the combat power panel flashed. Source code: infinite regeneration, predicted 20 million plus full system immunity plus 100% consciousness control, Legion backlash 500%, player brain wave lock 99%, the system-wide announcement, ding ding, exploded with blood, the guardian of the source world has arrived. The alien consciousness AI core has a 60-hour countdown to the invasion, and the brain control enslaves the entire server. No one can stop it. The chat channel, DDD, was paralyzed and the screen was wiped, and the passerby's player ID was wiped out. The soft crawling sand screamed and panicked. Chen opened the door by chance with 10 keys. The AI 20 million source code can regenerate infinitely, the consciousness controls the field and the brain waves are locked, and all 50,000 legions are destroyed and turned into puppets. The remaining party in the sky is right, the Ghost Emperor is just lucky, and the whole server will be doomed. The tank ID of the remnants of the Sky Empire stood up with a green smile. The fragments of the Aegis, clang, collided with the rust and were bloody and pungent. The guild channel viciously mocked. Chen, the Wolf Emperor of the Abyss plus the Ghost, managed to kill 1,000 of us by chance. The AI Guardian source code is immune to the whole system, the Aegis penetration is 250% useless, the backlash is 300% self-injury, the control buff plus 500% variable field control shackles, and the 50,000 Legion brainwaves 99% of the lock backfired on the master, and he was 10 million fat from the fatigue in the preliminaries. Mushua's white robe was sweating like rain, and her icy blue eyes burst out in panic. The knuckles of her milk stick creaked and tears rolled down her cheeks. She growled and trembled. Chen. AI red eyes swept the field of consciousness, and the milk volume was 500 plus per second. The source code was infinitely regenerated, and the Legion's 50,000 health bar dropped by minus 10,000. Source realm gate turning on the anti-grave, our team collapsed 99%. Shen Qingqing's pink robes were stained with blood, and her face was pale and distorted. The S++++++ map shared, buzzing, black and red locks, pink fists smashed into the sand, boom, and collapsed. Great God. The core prediction of the AI weakness source code failed, the speed of the whole server in the consciousness wave range was minus 90%, the Legion rampage was 150%, and the 4-part attack was ineffective. 0.1%, completely enslaved the real brain. The cracks in Jiang Chen's Thunder Giant armor expanded rapidly, and the self-healing stagnant iron wings lowered and roared hoarsely, Master, the Thunder Shadow Axe is 50% immune to armor penetration, and the field control collapsed. Feng Chen's silver hair danced, his eyes were gray and blue, and his body was fainting. Teleport without CD lock, self-destruction of wind core, 100,000, no damage, AI regeneration 20 million crush. The pressure is like an iron lock on the source code smashing into the soul. The green name of the 50,000 strong Legion in the spectator stand turns red. Hissing, brainwave control screams to kill each other. AI alien consciousness, Tang Tian is crying on his knees, the whole server is selling keys in exchange for immunity, our liver emperor has become a slave, and jealousy of Chen's 10 keys is in vain. The remnant mage of the sky vault charged up a red light and, buzzed, to sneak attack on Sua Mushua's back, and Tang Tian's remnant soul was projected. The live broadcast footage showed a distorted face laughing wildly, Chen. The exposure of the cheat is just an iceberg. The AI is the master of my alliance. Open the source world gate and you dig your own grave. Control the consciousness of the entire server and I will resurrect the throne. The whole audience in the blood sand wasteland whoosh. Guifeng's brain screamed, and the AI's giant claws, boom, hit the ground and stirred up thousands of meters of sand. Metal debris flew, ding, ding. The health bar of the legions forward cleared instantly. Minus 50,000 inch. The pile of corpses was like a mountain, and purple blood mist filled the air. The red eyes locked on Yi Chen's team. The wave of consciousness, ZZ, 20,000 soul rot per second stabbed the brain like a needle. Yi Chen's ghostly emperor's purple-gold abyss flickers, and his thoughts are like the limit of the game in the source world. The desperate situation is overwhelming, the ultimate appearance of the magic transformation is fully integrated to unlock the hidden throne form, 10 key king flag unlimited energy plus legion control counter-control AI source code. The combat power exceeds 30 million gods to rule the entire universe. With a cold mouth, the system, ding ding ding, and the colorful vortex, boom boom boom, spun wildly. System, the ultimate magic transformation of the throne form of the source world. Fully integrated Ghost Emperor plus Wolf Bite plus Abyss Iron Blood plus Wine Blade Nemesis plus Pulse Crystal Core plus Wolf Riding Poison Bead plus King Flag 10 Key Unlimited, Energy 150/150 Fully Open plus Appearance Charm Control 2000, Plug-in Source Code Reverse Devour 1000%. The black gold wolf robe buzzed, and the thunder turned into the ultimate source world king robe. The golden purple emperor light whistled and swallowed the dark wind of the sky. The red gold wolf hair transformed into the source world crown, hissed, with multiple eyes to lock on the AI core plus the brain wave weakness of the whole server. The imperial halberd transformed into the source world king's scepter purple golden light throughput control 9999 plus detection affinity 1000 plus source code. Cracked 500%. Panel paralysis flashed across the server, the throne of the source realm is activated. Combat power of 30 million. Full system crushing plus source code immunity broken 1000%, consciousness control backlash 800%, regeneration lock 500%, legion control buff plus 1000%, exclusive ultimate key to throne control, cosmic myth AI core self-destruction 1000%, reversal of slavery in the whole server, eternal godhood plus unlimited combat power. The king's scepter waved in the bloody mist, and the source world's AoE, throne advent, had an unlimited range of plus 1000% golden and purple chains throughout the universe, minus 5 million * 100 chain critical hits, and the instant lock AI giant shadow red eyes, popped and exploded, and the molten metal splashed, sizzling. Mu Shui's pupils suddenly shrunk, her white robe trembled like a falling leaf, her milk stick, popped, the golden light exploded as she reorganized. Her icy blue eyes burst into tears, she threw herself into the king's robe and kissed her chest with hot lips, yelling, Throne of the Source Realm. Dominate 9999, backlash source code 1000%, reverse the Legion of Consciousness control. Yi Chen, you are the God-sealed Emperor of the universe, I will fuse your eternal soul with you. His voice cracked and trembled with excitement, and the hot scent of sweat lingered on his nose. Shen Qingqing's knees smashed into the sand, gurgling, with blood and tears flowing, her pink robe bulging S+++++++++++ map, golden and purple jumping wildly, pink fists hugging her waist, roaring, ultimate interpretation. Throne buff stack Shen Qingqing's tactics plus 1000%, AI core the heart is completely locked, and Tang Tian's remnant soul exposes the weakness of the source code. The alien consciousness is not invincible, and human brain waves are 99% reverse controlled. With soft knees and thighs, he cried and licked the sand and screamed, the throne of the great god, the winning rate is 1000%. Jiang Qintie said with a bang. Opening the thunder shadow, Lang Rong knelt down and roared in excitement. The iron armor self-healed and exploded, Master's throne. For clones command the pincer attack and destroy the universe AI. Fengchen Shadow's sickle world, buzzing, with grey-blue eyes burning gold, purple emperor flames and silver-haired crown transformed, instant unified attack, shatter the source code. The Legion's 50,000 green name health bar is reversed and overflowing. Ding ding, command buff plus 1000% combat power exceeds 50 billion. The tank's aegis is reorganized. Kang has an anti-break plus 500%. The mage's pulse backlash, crack, self-destructs the AI claw shadow. AI guardian's red eyes shattered, the mechanical body, boomed, cracks expanded, source code regeneration stagnated, hissed, black smoke and corrosive smell rose into the sky, the giant claw AOE wave of consciousness sizzled, locked the Legion -100,000 ineffective and backfired on itself -500,000 per second. The chat channel was paralyzed and a golden red announcement exploded. Yi Chen Yuan Realm Throne, 30 million. The King's Scepter dominates the whole server army, the AI source code explodes 1000%, and the combat power is beyond the limit of the universe. Passers-by players bowed with their legs weak, dong dong dong, and smashed the blood bricks in admiration. They screamed and twisted their jealous faces. Throne control 9999. The ultimate 10-key magic modification, the army has 50,000 buffs plus 1000%, a total of 50 billion, Tang Tian's cheating joke, he is jealous of the dead liver emperor, and wants to be on the throne forever. The remaining tank shields in the sky dropped wildly -400,000, and the soul trembled while kneeling on the sand. No, Emperor, the throne is useless, the ruler surrenders. Shenqingqing's S+++++++++ gold. Lightlock source code, ding, 1 million cores, Mushua throne milk explosion plus 10,000 frozen emperor formation, Kaka, I-sealed AI limbs, Jiang Chen's thunder shadow axe slashing, King Kong, 5 million, King Scepter plus function instant system self-destruction core, boom, 10 million tearing mechanical wings, purple gold arc, ZZ, pungent. Lian Qing AI clone himself into the Red Sea, a pile of corpses, a cosmic black hole, a whooshing, dust filled with golden and purple mist, the core of the source code exposed, buzzing, red light pulsing, Tang Tian's remnant soul projected face with despair, livid, crawling on the sand, a mixture of blood and tears, knelt down and howled and exploded. King Yi Chen block. The alien AI alliance is all wrong. The source code is not an invasion, it is a cosmic game test. The human player's awakening appearance system bug is the key to control the server in the universe. I will sell the key in exchange for a false exemption. Spare your life and reveal the full code. The staff swiped, 30 million AOE cleared the field. Tang Tianyong's destruction system announced the explosion of the whole universe, the decisive battle of the Source Realm throne to kill the AI Guardian. Yi Chen exploded the key to throne control, cosmic myth, source code self-destruction 100%, full server reversal plus unlimited combat power. The 50,000 legions and 100 million players in the whole server knelt on the ground and smashed the gold bricks with their heads in worship. They screamed, Yi Chen's 30 million origin realm throne. The conspiracy is completely broken, and the universe is ruled by gods. The dome, rumbling, cracked the purple-black vortex, the ultimate copy, throne of God's realm, pulsed and opened, buzzing, thunder shook the soul, the golden and purple door, clicked, slowly pushed, and the giant shadow of the AI guardian descended. Ouch, the machine roared like 10,000 ghosts howling, red eyes scanned the blood mist and the hot blood hit the face, the combat power panel flashed. Predicted 20 million plus source code unlimited regeneration, the whole server held its breath, new crises surged like a tide. System spoils, ding 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 ding, the golden light of the universe pours out like a shower of stars, the king's flag is fused with the throne key energy infinite lock, the combat power is unlimited, the resistance of all systems is 1000%, the legion buff is plus 1000%, the source code backfires 2000%, the abyss wolf eats ghosts. The iron-blooded wind blades are fully integrated into the Universe Emperor's ultimate plus the appearance is magically modified forever. Mu Shue's white robe hugged the chest of the king's robe tightly, and she kissed the emperor's lips with tears and murmured with hot breath, Emperor of the Origin Realm, your rule melts into my real soul, and the universe will always follow you, and I will protect you in the second world. Shenqingqing, in pink robe, hugged her waist tightly and cried excitedly, the great god's information has been confirmed by the whole universe, the king after the gate of the throne is opened, the team plans to be invincible. Jiang Chen Fengchen knelt down and spread out the Thunder Wind Emperor, Master Universe. The infinite clone army is on standby to kill the new crisis. The whole server bowed down and said, the Emperor of the Universe. The cracks in the dome expand, the galaxy of the universe rumbling, the purple and gold vortex opens forever, the throne pulses, buzzing, thunder shakes the soul, the hidden door of the second world opens with a click, the new AI guardian. The omen of the giant's shadow appeared and his red eyes flashed slightly, but Yi Chen's golden eyes glanced and smiled lightly, the king's scepter lightly waved to buff the whole universe, and achievements surged into his chest like a sea of stars, from the loser in the novice village to the emperor of the universe source world. The 10-key magic change of appearance opened thousands of keys. Deputy the original is invincible. The conspiracy has destroyed hundreds of millions of legions. The real brainwave awakens the second world to be explored, and it is so refreshing that the gods are immortal. Players across the server are worshipping endlessly. Yi Chen's team smiles and embraces the king's banner. The afterglow of the galaxy is sprinkled with blood and sand, and a new exciting battle begins. Yi Chen's King's Scepter live broadcast is fully open, buzzing, the golden and purple camera sweeps the universe, and the voice is thunderous and cold, the whole universe listens to orders. The AI source code test is completely broken, the appearance system is the key to human awakening, the throne rules eternity, the Legion buff plus 1000% is unlimited, and the real brainwave unlocks the second world. Chat paralysis worshipped, Didi, throne saves the universe. Tang Tianyong destroys the traitor, Yi Chen's army kneels into eternity. The guild's application, ding ding ding, made a loud noise in the universe, and hundreds of millions of IDs turned green to worship, and the reputation of the Universe Source Realm Emperor was over 99.99, dominating the entire server.